Well, good morning, everybody. Hello and welcome to YouGarden. I am Bex.
I'm Adam.
Adam is here. He's in the shed with us. We have colour coordinated today.
We have, yes.
I'm picking out the peach in Adam's top today.
Yeah, we've gone peachy.
We've gone peachy, yes,
today.
Indeed we have. It is Sunday morning, which means that we are with you for the next few hours. It's lovely to have your company, as always. Thank you so much. Let's just cover off all the details that you need to know, and then we'll start talking about those wonderful plants, shall we? You can see a code on the side of the screen there, YGTV3125. Everybody needs that code, please, when you place an order. If you use that code, you get loads of savings. That's the most important thing to know. So any discounts that we've got, any triple up deals, double up deals, it will take that saving off the price for you. Plus, it will give you free postage. We have free postage on absolutely everything that we bring into the potting shed. That's the plants, the compost, the pots, everything that is within the show has the free postage.
You and me?
Yeah, I'll come.
We're free.
I'll be delivered for free, no problem.
If you order us.
If you shop the website, there will be a postage cost to pay, but not for the items that we've selected for the live today. If you want to have a little look and get ahead of us, go to YouGarden.com, then click on that Live Now button. You can see it's at the top here. It might be at the bottom of the screen, depending on what device you're using. If you scroll down, these are the items I'm talking about. Everything on here has been selected for the live show. We've got a bit of an Acer week going on as well. So if you're in for Acers, we've got a whole selection. We've only brought a couple into the potting shed to show you, but if you're in the shop, you know, if you're looking for Acers, then go in there and have a look. We've got the pineapple guava, we've got the poppy red rumble, we've got that wonderful Ophiopogon, an amazing deal on the lilac standard, by the way, if you're looking for those. Those are the pots that we've selected. Of course, there is the compost available. All of these things will come with free postage and packaging. Oh, look, there we go, Ophiopogon. I love that.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
It's a beautiful grass, that, isn't it?
And they grow anywhere.
Technically not a grass,
no,
but it looks like one.
It's a lily.
Yeah.
Remember the lily family?
Weird though, right?
Yeah.
But it looks like a grass, so who cares?
Yeah, absolutely. We call it, well, black snake grass or dragon grass. Yeah, lots of names, really.
It's really pretty. Anyway, all of those are available to you. Also, you can save a little bit more money by joining the club as well. So if you join the club today, it'll cost you £10. And that's your one-off cost for the 12 months that you are a member for. And then that's going to give you an extra 15% discount off the plants and accessories. If you're shopping the website and looking for things like lawn mowers and machinery, that sort of thing, we're still going to give you a discount there, 7.5%. Plus, you're going to get £20 worth of YouGarden product vouchers to use in £5 increments. Just pay attention to the end date on those. Don't worry about the start date. That means nothing. It's the end date you need to pay attention to. So you could use them all in one day on 4 separate orders. Plus, we're going to give you a couple of free postage vouchers so that when you are shopping the website, if you do have to pay postage, you can get a couple of orders for free, which is brilliant.
Do you know what? I've always said those P&P vouchers are £6, but now £6.99.
£6.99.
But I've always said £6.
No, it's £6.99.
So it's pretty much, well, £7, isn't it, really?
£7,
yeah.
So yeah, you'll get free postage on a couple of orders. That club is amazing. We've got tens of thousands of members. We have saved lots of money by being a member of the club, and I know you lot have as well. Good morning to you all in the chat. So I can see emails have come in. Ali, Grimmy, Marissa, Penny, Gillian, thank you so much. We will get to your emails. I'll just quickly log into YouTube. Oh, it logs me out every time I come out of here. It's so annoying.
That's
Hang on.
technology.
Technology for you. Logging back in, logging back in. Good morning to Marissa, Verna, Anne, Grimmy, Simon. You're all in at the moment. Thank you very much. I'm just going to turn the volume down. I can hear my own voice, which is never a good thing. Oh, David, hello to you on Facebook as well. It's nice to have your company. Please join in the chat. You can join in on YouTube and Facebook. You can also send us any emails as well if you'd like to share pictures of your garden, or you've got any questions, or you're shy of being in the chat. You can go straight through on the email address that's on the bottom of the screen there, ygtv@yougarden.com. I've got the iPad ready, so I'd love to see what's going on in your gardens today. We are nosy, so we love to see it. Right, we're coming over to the favourites table, and we're starting off with an absolute stonker.
A banger.
A banger, yes. This is the Salvia amistad. It comes to you in the 3-litre pot, so it's really beautifully established. Now, we do have to say that they've had a little trim recently.
They've had a late Chelsea chop.
They've had a late Chelsea chop, but, so we went out and got a new one this morning from the nursery. How many days ago was it? It was a few days. Anyway, Look at what's going on here already. From where these have been chopped, it's amazing how quick we're starting to see that extra branching and that new growth coming through. So you said to me this morning, you reckon those will flower?
I reckon they will, Bex, because these flower very late into the season. These can flower September into October. They are a late summer, autumn flowering perennial. Yeah, and if you want these, don't be put off by the fact we've had to cut them back. They got so tall, couldn't get them in the box. So we had to kind of trim them down, but I would not be surprised at all if by the end of August into September, they're already showing more flowers. It's, I mean, the gorgeous new vigorous stems coming through.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, I'm pretty sure, I wouldn't say quite 100%, but 99.9% sure you will see some flowers on these.
And listen, Adam's been
autumn.
gardening for like millions of years.
I have,
millions of years.
Yeah. I designed the garden for Tutankhamun. I've done his garden, haven't I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
King Louis the 14th of France.
I advised Moses how to keep his hanging baskets going while he was on that big journey, because he was away from home for quite a bit. So yeah, I've worked with some incredible people.
There you go. So he knows what he's talking about, does Adam? Right, so this is the gorgeous Salvia amistad. It's a beautiful, dramatic colour as well. When those flowers come through, they are a really rich shade of purple, aren't they?
Yeah, and it's indisputably purple as well. It's not blue, it's not mauve, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous purple, and these are dramatic. I've got one of these in the front garden at home. Gets to a couple of metres tall. The bees, the pollinating insects, go berserk for it. They love it, and it'll flower from midsummer all the way through to October, and if we get a sort of mildish weather, even into November. It dies down in the winter time, but don't be in a hurry to cut it back. What I would do at the end of the season is just cut it down by about a half. Don't go any further down than that, and then just leave it. Leave it through the winter. Chances are most of the top growth will die back.
Give it a mulch, though?
You could give it a mulch, yeah. I mean, well-drained soil, that's what it loves. Well-drained, sunny, warm position is where it thrives. Brilliant in a large container. But then next spring, what you'll see at the base, you'll see lovely little new shoots starting to develop from the base, and at that point, you can cut off the dead growth on top, and it will grow back big, bold, beautiful and purple and flower for months.
It's amazing. It's a gorgeous perennial plant, really dramatic. That intense colour is well worth it, and the fact that this is a later flowering perennial plant for you, I think it is a really valuable plant to have in the garden. It's lovely when you get through into the summer season and there's loads of colour, but then all of a sudden another plant comes up and gives you a little surprise. That's why I love Rudbeckia being a slightly later flowering one, and this is going to do something similar for you and keep flowering right away into autumn.
You'll see it on Gardener's World when Monty Don has his autumn garden thing. This is always like a stalwart.
Yeah,
in there.
I was going to say. Yeah, I've said this before. Monty Don has this one.
Yeah, along with things like dahlias and chrysanthemums and tulbagias, all those late summer fuchsias, all those late summer flowering things, and these are really good extenders of that summer colour into autumn.
Yeah, I mean, if it's good enough for Monty Don's garden, then it's got to be good enough for ours, hasn't
Absolutely.
it? It's an award winner as well. It's got the RHS Award of Garden Merit, which is brilliant. And of course, yes, those bees, they are going to absolutely adore this. They're going to come flocking into your garden. And we do love it, don't we, seeing all the bees?
Full of bee bums.
Full of bee bums, absolutely. There you go. Look, this is the little summary that we give you on the website. I really like this, just as a quick glance. Gives you an idea of where it needs to go. It's the key features, basically. So, yes, you can use them as cut flowers. They're winter hardy. I would give them a mulch. They're not fully, I don't think, are they? They need a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the critical thing is, I mean, ours at home, John, my hubby, he's got his to go through from year to year to year.
Right.
But they're in very, very well-drained kind of sandy soil.
And a sheltered bit?
Yeah, so sheltered, yeah. If they're in very wet, heavy soil during the winter, chances are they'll rot off and won't make it through. So if you can keep them in a well-drained, sunny position near the house or in a container, then you will get them to go from year to year to year.
All right, 11.04 is your price on that one. So if you're a club member, it's just £11.04. Use the code to get the saving and also to get that free postage as well. Otherwise, you're going to be paying the £6.99 postage. We don't want you to do that. The code is YGTV3125. Next up, we've got the beautiful Blackberry Cascade. Now, I am super excited about all of the different sort of miniature plants that we provide. The miniature plants mean that we can fit loads more into our gardens. Don't worry, Adam has not lost his mind.
No thorns, look.
There is a reason he's doing it.
Wouldn't do that with an ordinary blackberry, would you? Unless you kind of lost the plot. Yeah. Thornless. As proven there by me.
So it's super compact and it's thornless, and those two reasons are why you need to go for Blackberry Cascade.
Well, and I've seen a third one, Bex, as well, because when you look at those flowers, down the front. Aren't they beautiful?
They're gorgeous.
Those sort of soft, pinky flowers.
There's one of them.
Yeah,
the one down the front as well. So you've got flowers and you've got another one that's actually got the fruits growing as well.
And look how healthy that foliage is. Really verdant green foliage. Some of the kind of wild blackberries at the moment starting to look a bit dog-eared. The foliage has gone a bit kind of brown and crispy around the edges. But these look like it's April or May. These look verdant. These look really happy and cheerful. And even though they've been in these 9-centimetre pots throughout the summer, they've already started to cascade, even in these pots. So once you get them in hanging baskets, you can see there, this is going to be very, very achievable. I mean, they're doing it pretty much now. So you've got the purple flowers, you've got the gorgeous, gorgeous fruit. You haven't got any spines or prickles on these as well, so great for the children, the grandchildren to pick and harvest. And I think we're saying about 1 kilogram per plant, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, once they get established.
Absolutely.
So you've got 3 of these because they come in the 9-centimetre pots. I mean, blackberries, they tend to, you know, so normal blackberry plants, they're quite rampant, aren't they? They're all starting to fruit up. I was on a dog walk yesterday, saw all the sort of black fruit starting to appear on there, but they take over. There's one that's always trying to get into my garden from the back of the fence. It tries to get over, it tries to get under, it's really prickly, it's annoying. But you haven't got that problem with this, but it's still going to be bountiful in the amount of fruit that it's going to provide.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can see it, it's doing right in front of us what it says on the tin. It's flowering, it's cascading, it's producing fruit, and it's got very pretty flowers as well. Sometimes with blackberries you sort of think of the flowers being a whitish colour, but these are a lovely kind of soft pink. They're almost like a little clematis flower.
They are, aren't they?
Got that kind of look to them. So
Love them.
Lovely. And bone hardy, by the way, as well. Really hardy, not worried about the frost. Don't really need pruning either. I mean, you could just, as time goes by, some of the older canes you could just trim back to make way for some of the newer ones, but just a brilliant, simple, look at that, isn't that beautiful there? Just seeing how gorgeous they are.
They're really pretty.
And you can see the little fruits in the middle starting to develop already. We're only at the start of August, so chances are, if you're getting yours home and they've got flowers on, you're probably going to get some blackberries from these this year. Yeah,
and they'll get better next year as well, obviously, once they're established, so you'll get even more fruits. Apple and blackberry crumble.
Oh, lovely. I had a crumble last night. I had a rhubarb and ginger crumble.
Do you know what? I took some, because I had loads of rhubarb this year, so I did it and I blanched it and I've got it in pots in the freezer.
Oh.
Ready for making crumble. And then I went out the other day and I was like, I've got loads of rhubarb again, so I reckon I can pick some more.
Yeah, go for it.
It'd be fun. I've done it later on in the year before, and it's always fine.
Well, ours was because my lovely friend James bought a big kind of massive rhubarb stalks.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, we're not going to get around to using them probably. And I mentioned it to my lovely neighbour Denise opposite. She said, "Give me your rhubarb." Come back the next day, 4 great big crumbles. Yeah, rhubarb and ginger crumbles. Yeah, they were gorgeous.
Could you do rhubarb and blackberry crumble? That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? That'd be a really nice flavour combination.
And your own blackberries, not those kind of semi-ripe ones. Your own blackberries picked at that moment when they're just bursting with sugars and minerals and vitamins and going to be gorgeous.
I love it, and you've got a massive saving on this one as well. A huge £18 saving, so saving way more than you are spending here. Your club discount price is £10 and 17 pence. That's like £3.39 or so. I'm rubbish at the maths. It's less than £3.50 per plant.
Stick a £5 voucher in, you get them for £5.17.
There you go, love it.
Madness.
I'm not good at the quick maths. But yes, they are an absolute garden bargain for you right now. The item number you need is 310180. So I do want you to grab those. They're on the favourites table for a reason. That's because they were really popular this week. I just want to say a quick hello to all of you and let you know that it's not Matt or Stuart this morning. Jake is with us in the control room at the moment. So Adam, you're Adam. Oh my God, there's so many names to remember. And I'm going to call Jake Matt or Stu at some point.
Oh, I did that when I was on with Jake.
I know, I watched. It was
called
hilarious.
him Matt 5 times.
So
crazy.
Stu was having a little bit of a holiday, and
sort of a holiday.
Matt obviously needed a day off, so Jake has come to the rescue and he's controlling the room today. So yes, I can see you all having a chat about this. Is it Matt today? Is it Stu? Morning, Stu, if he's around. It's Jake. Say hello to Jake for us. Right, let's move on, shall we, to the next one on the favourites table. This one is the Rose of the Week. Now, every week we bring you a brand new rose from our amazing collection of roses. I'm going to count up how many roses we've got in
What is it, my summer sweetheart? Can you tell me?
Oh, you're nice, aren't you? We have hundreds of roses. I'd love to know exactly how many roses we carry, but we want to be able to feature every single rose for you. So we're bringing you a new rose of the week every single week at a phenomenal price. This one is £17 down from £29. So you are getting a phenomenal rose from a phenomenal breeder, from a phenomenal company at a phenomenal price.
And look at it, the one we've got here. I mean, goodness me, again, we're right at the beginning of August. It's smothered in buds, absolutely smothered in buds. Those really wonderful, small, simple but gorgeous double flowers and loads of flowers. It's got like a floribunda kind of habit. So lovely clusters of these beautiful, small but perfectly formed roses on the end of each stem. It'll repeat flower for you all the way from probably June through to sort of September, October. And it's a climber. But it's not a rampant climber, so about 1.8 to 2 metres. Oh, loved by the bees as well, look, as well there. You can see those beautiful, lovely pinky red petals there, little flushes of white on the petals as well, and then those gorgeous yellow stamens in the middle. It's lovely, this one, and it's a climber that you can grow in a really small space. It's not going to be, I mean, some climbers go berserk, and they send out great big rods that can be 2 or 3 metres tall. This one, you can grow it over an arbour, you can grow it over a pergola, you can grow it in a pot easily because it's not super huge. It's tough, it's robust, it's disease resistant. I love it. Just look at that little bud, and
that is such
so
a
gorgeous.
Sweet little bud, isn't it? Look at how that's just opening up there.
Well, that looks brilliant between your nails. The kind of the glittery nails and the yay.
Oh, it's sparkly.
I love it. That looks really good.
That is just the sweetest little rosebud, isn't it?
Isn't that
absolutely
divine?
Gorgeous. That's the Rose Climbing Summer Sweetheart in the 3-litre pot. You are saving £12.99, and your club discount price is £14.45. You might want to consider going for 2 of these, particularly if you are climbing up and over a structure. You know, if you want it to climb up either side and meet in the middle. If it's just going up a wall, then of course 1 will be fine, but up and over, I think 2 is the way to go, so it meets in the middle. Now then, I do have to point out, if you want to shop for this one, there's a slight issue on the website. So what I'm going to recommend is you type the item code into the search bar. So it's 531005, and when you go to it from there, it will come up and you can add it to your basket. If you do it in the Live Now page and you click through to it, it comes up with an error message. So apologies, but you can still get it and you can still add it to your basket by typing in the item code 531005. So anybody that's going for that, I'll remind you every time we come to it, just in case you are looking to buy that one. But it's only £14.45. Make sure you use the code, please, to get all of your discounts, and you have to be a club member to get that price as well. So if you're not already, you can join today and you can get your club discounts on your first order. Next up, we've got the Agapanthus Poppin' Purple. Mine's in flower.
Yeah, I'm going to give way to this lady here, because last week Bex brought hers in.
I did bring it in.
And it was
when
awesome.
did I do it? I brought it in here, didn't I?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
It was last week, wasn't it?
I'm sure it was last week.
Anyway, I did finally bring it in because I have finally been able to get mine to flower. Congratulations to Neil as well, who's also managed to get his to flower. They're actually very simple. It's just sometimes you have a nemesis, and unfortunately my nemesis has been Agapanthus for a few years, but I've nailed it now, and I'm going to give you all of the advice on how to do it. Treat them mean. Basically, they don't want too much love and care and attention. They want poor soil. They don't need to be overly watered. I don't mean drought them at all, but they don't want you to constantly be mollycoddling them, and they want to have their roots restricted. They want a hug. So poor soil, restricted roots, sunny spot in the garden. That's about it, isn't it?
Well, in the Channel Islands, they've kind of escaped into the wild, and they just kind of grow on the cliff sides and on the sandy banks, and that soil's really denuded. It's got, you know, very little minerals, very little sort of nutrient in it, and that's what they love. If you put these in, you know, if you dug a patch of soil over and dug in loads of well-rotted manure, and then put some, you know, fish blood and bone down and planted these and gave them a good drink with blooming fast, they'd grow like crazy. But what you'd have the most amazing leaves, huge, great big, gorgeous glossy leaves, and probably no flowers.
Which is basically what's happened to me. So I planted them, and first of all I put them in the ground. So too much room for their roots, just gave me loads of foliage. And then I was like, okay, so I dug them up and I put them in a pot, but I planted them in our compost, which is the best compost ever, but not for Agapanthus because it's really, you know, nutrient rich. So I had another year where they didn't flower. And then because I've just treated them a bit meaner, I haven't repotted. I've left them in our compost, but obviously left them in the pot. I haven't fed them. This year I've got 4 flower stalks on that Agapanthus popping purple.
Yeah, and that's the way. I mean, I look after a customer in a place called Fifield in Essex, and the lady there, she's had Agapanthus in these concrete pots for about 20 years.
Right.
White ones, and white and purple. She never does anything with them, and every year they flower like crazy.
Yeah.
They don't get fed, they don't get watered, but they just come back and they thrive. And they've been in these, say, these concrete pots for donkey's years. Amazing.
What, never added any new compost or anything?
In all the years I've been going there, they just sit,
do their own thing.
South facing this patio, they just sit there and they love it. Where they're getting their nutrients from, goodness knows. I mean, obviously plants can manufacture nutrients through photosynthesis and obviously some of the rain, but yeah, and these are glorious. And if you like the amistad, the Salvia amistad, and you want another purple plant to kind of go with,
oh nice,
that could be a good combination. Because they both like sunny, they both like well drained, they both do quite well on poor soils as well. So you could go for both if you wanted to.
And the great thing with Agapanthus popping purple is it's actually quite a longer flowering variety than other varieties. You get multiple stems on these, and they can give you a little bit longer flowering season than other varieties. I was just trying to show you the roots in there because that's what we're talking about with it like in a hug. This is why these ones are flowering, because they're in the smaller pots. They are, you know, rooty beauties. I mean, we'd call that a bruty, wouldn't we? Absolutely. It is saving a £16 on this one, by the way, and you are going to get 3 of those 9cm pots. It's £19.52 if you're a club member, and that is your delivered price as well, by the way. That flower has opened. Some of them have gone over. We've got a few flower stems coming up on one of the other pots. Lots of them are looking like this, by the way. I was out shooting a little video on the nursery on these the other day. There's loads in flower. They look absolutely amazing.
So we can't guarantee, but there is a good chance you might get one with some flowers on.
Absolutely. There were so many of them.
Brilliant.
That had the flowers on, that had buds starting to open.
And proof in the pudding there, Bex, of what you were saying. Obviously, yeah, they've really kind of been stressed out in those little pots, but it's actually forced them to flower rather than do the opposite.
Exactly that. And of course, they're going to come back for you every single year, which is brilliant. We've got loads of perennial plants in the potting shed for you today. 560963 is the item number, £16 saving on that one. And then the final one on the favourites table, it's the Echinacea. And it's the beautiful Echinacea green twister. Have a little look at that beautiful flower there, will you? That is a stunning colour combination. And actually, this colour combination gets a little bit more pronounced and a little bit more vivid as the flowers mature and age. So over the years, you're going to get some of the most gorgeous displays. I actually really like this because this one, the petals are pointing upwards, and on this one, the petals are reflexed and pointing downwards. Kind of shows you the journey of the plant, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
And of course, those petals kind of point downwards, making this more prominent for the bees and things to come and land on.
And that's what it's saying. I mean, this flower's kind of saying to the bees, don't quite visit me yet.
Yeah, I'm not ready yet.
The pollen's not quite formed yet. Once they've got those petals, they're really kind of recurved, then, time for the bees to visit.
You can actually see it because you can see little dots of yellow throughout that cone there, and that's the pollen, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I mean, smothered in pollen, so it'd be really, really good for pollinating insects. And this is the first time, actually, I can remember doing these where they're actually flowering. We've brought them to you before, but I can't remember.
Well, this is why I love Echinacea, because they're a later flowering perennial plant. Yeah. They come up at a similar time as Rudbeckia.
Have you seen these recently in the outside? Because these
here at the nursery.
These haven't been Chelsea chopped, have they? Because I think this is how you will get these.
I think so, yes. I haven't seen them recently, but yes, I think this is how they will come to you. I don't think these have been chopped.
So, and you're going to get flowers. And they're another good perennial as well that give you that mid to late summer colour, which is good. Because, well, to say, beginning of August, but you can already see there's loads of buds, and even further down, there's a little tiny stem on the one at the front that's still got a little flower bud right down the little base there. So, even though we're kind of into high summer now, these are still determined to keep flowering for you. And it's a similar story, actually, to the other plants we mentioned. In fact, if you wanted to go for all three today, if you wanted to go for the Echinacea, if you wanted to go for the Agapanthus, and you wanted to go for the Salvia, all three of those would love to grow in the same kind of situation.
Yeah.
They love well drained, they like warm soil, they like a shelter position. They all do quite well on poor soils as well, and they all make great container plants. So I'd put the Salvia at the back, You could put the Echinaceas to one side, you could put the Agapanthus to the other side, and you've got a beautiful little trio there that's going to give you colour from midsummer all the way through to autumn, which is just phenomenal, really.
It really is. I've always been a big fan of Echinacea. Their flowers last for ages on the plant. They come up that little bit later, giving you that little boost of interest in your garden when you kind of need it. Some of the summer flowers, they're starting to run out of steam, aren't they? And particularly because we've had all this really hot weather as well. You know, the petunias in my hanging baskets, they're starting to run out of steam now. So it's nice to have this other flash of colour that comes up in the garden. You know, at that point where you do kind of need it, and it'll continue going right the way through into autumn as well. Nice, strong, sturdy flowers, great for the pollinators, and of course it is a perennial plant that can come back for you year after year and doesn't really require much of your attention. 560407 is the item number, half price deal, but actually £12.72 if you're a club member. Now, if you do like the favourites table, I think we've got some stunning ones there. That is your basket right now. So, have you put the code in? Oh my word! Right, you are saving. What does that say? £63.99. What? Your order total is £79.90, but if you joined the club, you'd save another £12 on that. So you'd almost be spending what you'd be saving. No, you'd be saving more than you'd be spending.
So that works out to...
It's close though, isn't it?
3, 6, 9, 10, 11. 11 plants in total. A gorgeous, stunning rose, incredible salvia, really unusual blackberries. You go to a normal garden centre and try and get all that for that price. And then, well, actually, you just drive there, you give them the list, you say, I want all of those. And then say, by the way, can you deliver them to my house for me? I'll give you the address. Deliver them to my house for me, free of charge, no postage, thank you. They'd just laugh, wouldn't they? And also, on some of them, can you give me a lifetime guarantee, please?
Yeah, in fact, all of those, I think, have the lifetime guarantee because they're all winter hardy perennial plants. I'm pretty sure they've all got that winter hardy symbol on the item pages, and that's what you're looking for, that snowflake symbol on the page. If it's got that, it means it's covered by our lifetime guarantee. So if it ever unalives itself, obviously you've got to care for it, but yeah, if it ever unalives itself, we will replace it for you free of charge. All you've got to do is pay a postage cost to get it out to you.
Oh, and also when you're at that garden centre, ask them for £4-5 discount vouchers as well. Can they just throw that in as well? See what they say.
All right, so everything that we've got on the live today, can't remember if there's any acid-loving plants, but the majority of plants that you're going to plant in your garden, or maybe even your house plants, are going to want to live in the best compost you can possibly buy for them. And of course, regulars, you know this, but anybody brand new watching, this is the best compost. This is our premium professional compost that gives you the best results.
I think a certain lady's been irrigating this compost as well.
I did give it a little water this morning.
It's feeling très damp.
Did I go too much?
No, it's lovely. I'm loving it.
It's nice, isn't it?
I tell you what, that is cool and really relaxing and very therapeutic. It's gorgeous, this stuff.
Honestly, the texture, the smell, the feel of it, it is just the best compost. And I always want to try and get across to everybody that buying cheap rubbish compost, it's a false economy. You think, I'm going to buy that cheap because my plant cost a lot of money, so I can't really. But honestly, it is the worst thing you can do for your plant. It gets its nutrients and its moisture from its roots, so it's that you need to put the roots into something that it's going to love being in. Absolutely,
and also, there's some people that claim this coir compost again is the sort of the be all and end all. But I mean, again, look into that because coir comes from a long, long way away. Like you have to kind of transport it halfway across the planet. So there's pros and cons. But this is phenomenal. This is a peat reduced compost. It's been peat reduced for a long, long time, and even some of the peat we have used previously is from renewable peat made from sphagnum moss. So what we've done, we've taken lots of the peat out and then we've added composted wood fibre, and you can kind of see that fibre on top of the compost there where Sean's using it, and that does loads of things, but 3 things we like to point out. It keeps the texture of the compost really, really lovely and open, so it lets the water percolate through. So you've got one element holding on to the moisture, you've got that other element creating that drainage, so you get that perfect balance, not too wet, not too dry. Also allows the air and the oxygen to get down to the roots of the plants, which is really, really important. And what it does allow is those little tiny primulas that Sean was putting in there. it allows them to form roots really, really quickly and get established. And imagine you're a little seed or a cutting or a plug plant. You can get roots, fibrous roots, develop very, very quickly in this compost. And when you get your roots down into this compost, it doesn't end there either, because there's a slow release fertiliser. The little green or tan beads you see in this, they're not slugs or snails' eggs, as somebody once thought. They're slow release fertiliser that can feed your plant for up to 6 months. There's a wetting agent in this compost. That means if it does dry out, if you go away for a couple of weeks and your neighbours do forget to water your plants, when you come back and go to water it, it's not going to cascade off like on those inferior composts. It's going to soak up the moisture and hydrate your plant very, very quickly. You're going to get root system like you see there. The top picture is our premium compost. The bottom picture, I think the arrows are going the wrong way around there. The sort of, they are, aren't they?
Well, sort of.
Kind of.
This plant is in the standard compost, and this plant is in our premium compost.
Yes, but it's not said the premium compost is below.
That one?
Yeah. But yeah, so you've got that incredible, that's just where my brain works, that incredible fibrous root system. And once a plant starts off with a root system like that, that's it. You're going to have more fruit, more flowers, more vegetables, more disease resistant, bigger flowers, bigger leaves, glossier leaves. It's pH balanced, so it's not too acid, it's not too alkaline. And Stu, our producer, says, who's on holiday at the moment, the value is in the bag, not on the bag. And they're delivered to you like this in a cardboard box to your door. No shipping.
No shipping. 100 litres, 2 50-litre bags delivered in a box direct to your door. Use the code, please, YGTV3125. That's how you get that free postage on there. I absolutely adore it. I will never use a different... Well, I can't say never, but I do try not to run out of that compost, because I've done it in the past and I have learnt my lesson several times. Sometimes you have to do it multiple times to learn your lesson, don't you?
I bought 10 really cheap bags for builders merchants in Swaffham, where I live.
Do you live in Swaffham?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I don't mention that very often. I opened them up and they just smelt like poo. I mean, that's literally smelt like poo. Disgusting.
But not like, because obviously, you know, there's fertiliser.
Yeah, no. And I did use them,
poo.
but for about 3 or 4 days, my neighbours were like, "What?
Complaining.
Yeah, what is that? What is that whiff coming from you guys?" It will go eventually.
Don't panic.
I didn't buy that one again.
All right, we're moving on now. We're bringing you into the centre of the set for some of the larger plants that we've got for you. We're going to go with the jasmine over here, because we've got this one in stock at the moment, the Trachlospermum jasminoides. This is the climbing star jasmine. This is the one that's on the trellis in the 19-centimetre pot. So nicely established, big, beautiful plant. Got those gorgeous flowers on there at the moment, but you are saving £5, and then a little bit more by being a club member. So you can get this home for $16.99.
And we're going from a bad whiff to an absolutely stunningly beautiful fragrance, because even where I'm standing here with my hooter, like about kind of a couple of feet away, in the warmth of our potting shed, can still smell those.
It's gorgeous.
It is.
I adore it. I am going to be filling my garden with fragrant flowers. I am so into fragrant flowers. Jasmines, lilies, my beautiful tuberose that's flowering.
Yes.
I've got the gardenia going as well. Those lovely, sweet, vanilla-y, you know, heady scents. I cannot get enough of those. And that's what you get from this.
And you do, and you get so much more from this as well. Now, don't worry about, when you look up close, you can see those little marks on the leaves. Don't worry about those. Panic. That's not mildew or disease or anything. That's just, we've got very hard water
that
here.
Thing, lick my thumb.
Yeah, so that's just the lime, the calcium coming out. That's how your leaves look normally. They're super glossy. They're also evergreen, and they're also ever red. And the reason I say that is the leaves stay on all the year through. So this is never bare. It's never just sticks. But in the autumn, a lot of the leaves turn an incredible deep red colour. They don't drop, they just change to a gorgeous deep red, and they'll stay like that all the way through the winter till spring. Then they revert back to this green colour. It's a climber that twists and turns, so it will need a little bit of support to keep it going. It's hardy. I've seen these get through most winters, but what you get for a long period of time, 3 or 4 months, I would say easily, is these wonderful pinwheel, stunningly
mine's in bloom
fragrant.
now, has been for ages.
Yeah,
it will continue.
And even on the one we've got here, there's little clusters of flowers still ready to develop and come out. You could grow it in a large container if you want to. Obviously, you can grow it in the ground. If you do want this in your garden, if you can grow it in a nice sunny position, it will do well in part shade as well. But it really luxuriates in a nice sunny, warm kind of shelter position. As long as it's got something to climb up, you're going to love this. Over the years, I've been self-employed 40 years, and I've seen hundreds of these growing in all sorts of different gardens.
You're not old enough to have been self-employed employed 40 years, Adam.
I am. I'm 92, so yeah, I've been around for quite some time. But yeah, I've seen these grown in a lot of gardens over the years, over walls, through other plants, up pergolas, trellises, and this is what we're going to get, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, this is gorgeous.
Absolutely. It's a really beautiful specimen of a plant, this, and wonderful. Oh, by the way, everybody, the if anybody's been looking for the tower pot, it's back in stock. We don't have it on the show this week, unfortunately. I only just noticed that it was back in stock the other day. So if you are looking for the tower pot, if you've been waiting for it to come back in stock, ping me a message and we'll have a word with Ryan and see if we can get it added to a YGTV show.
Is it the new style one again?
No, back to the old one.
Oh, back to the old one.
Yeah, the rounder ones.
The oval.
The ovals.
Yeah, ovals.
So, yeah, if you've been looking for it and you're buying this and you want the tower pot to go with it, it's available on the website, I believe. But if you want it on the show, let me know and I'll see if I can get Ryan to add it onto one of the upcoming YGTV shows.
Because this and one of them make good bedfellows.
That's exactly what I've got.
Yeah,
So
we've got one outside, haven't we? Growing. Right now, growing up through.
I've got my jasmine into the tower pot and it's coming with me to the new house. 550387 is the item number if you'd like to go for that. Remember that it is a £5 saving and you will get the free postage as long as you use that code YGTV3125. Next up, what we've got for you is the pheasant berry, which is the golden lanterns, the Lycisteria. Gorgeous plant. Adam sort of I sort of knew about this plant because we bring it to you at YouGarden, but really it was Adam sort of singing its praises and its virtues earlier on in the year, before this had even come into leaf.
Yeah.
And now we've watched it go through that journey. Now this is really in my list of plants that I would like to have in my garden.
And this is kind of the same plant we've been bringing to you.
I think it is as well.
Yeah.
We haven't switched it over.
Yeah, I think late April, May, we brought this in. And the first thing we were talking about earlier on in the year was the colour of the foliage. We were saying to you, it has lovely sort of golden, yellowy golden foliage in the spring. And we were talking about the flowers, and I've rather sort of flatteringly described them as sort of pat butcher earrings. But now you can see them. I mean, you can see here just how stunning these flowers are. And they'll get longer than this. I mean, once this plant matures, these could be 5 to 6 inches long, these sort of racemes of flower. They have these incredible, unusual purple bracts at the top. And then the white flowers just develop in the middle, and then those white and I did see one somewhere. Those white flowers start to become
the berries.
Black berries. I'm sure I saw a berry.
They turn like purpley colour.
I was really convinced when I brought this in, Bex, that one of the flowers was already developing a blackberry.
I'm going from underneath to see if I can find it.
And that blackberry is where it gets its common name from, pheasant eye, because that shiny blackberry looks or resembles a pheasant's eye. And the great thing about these Lycisteria, and I just wish more people would grow them because they're hardy. They get through most winters. I've seen these grow in south-facing, really sandy, dry soils. I've seen them grow in shadier, clay kind of soils as well. They get to about a couple of metres tall. Long flowering period on these as well. So these flower for sort of week after week after week. Oh, and something else that Bex and I found out recently, well, I didn't know, the berries are edible.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Tastes like toffee, apparently, toffee
as
flavour.
As long as they're ripe.
Properly
they taste
ripe.
really bitter if they're not.
Yeah.
But do your research before you start eating your plants, please. But yes, they can be edible and taste delicious. In the centre of frame there, where is your hat? It's low.
Oh, there it is. Yes, on that. That's it, Bex. You're going towards it. Yeah, on that flower. I'm sure there's. If you lift, can you lift that up? That little flower. There's a little blackberry in there. I knew I'd seen one. There you go. Ah, cheers, Jake. Well spotted.
Well done, Jake.
There you go. Yeah, there's those gorgeous little blackberries.
There's shiny things you can see in there.
So yeah, wait until they're really plump. Lovely jewellery, Bex. I love those.
Oh, thanks.
Lovely.
I bought this at Camden Market the other day.
Yeah. So yeah, once those berries are really soft and squidgy, you can eat them. Apparently they've got like a toffee kind of flavour to them. So that's a great thing about gardening. You can do it for 40 years and you learn something new all the time.
I know, this is the brilliant thing, isn't it? Right, this one has a big saving, so £12, and because of your club discount, you're actually going to be getting less than half price deal on this one, and that is a delivered price. I was blown away by the size of this plant, and although this is the one that we've been bringing into the potting shed for several months now, I was out on the nursery the other day. They look like this. Some of them are even a little bit bigger than this as well, in actual fact. So
phenomenal.
I do think you're getting a lot of plant for your money with this particular one. 511523 is the item number if you'd like to go for that one. Use the code, please, to get your discount and to get your free postage. And do remember that your club discount brings that down to less than half price. Anybody who's not in the club, it's time to join. Let's show you this little clip of video that tells you all about it.
If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years, and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club, as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments, such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And as a new added benefit, you will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member, and that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club.
So there you go. It's very, very simple, quick and easy to join, and I can't see any downsides. I mean, you pay £10 to join, but you instantly get the £20 worth of YouGarden vouchers, and you can instantly start saving on your first order. So I think it's win-win-win, isn't it? Tick, tick, tick. As long as you love your gardening and you buy plants on a semi-regular basis, you will be quids in. Right, moving on then, we'll bring you over to the other table. We're here till 12:30, by the way, so if you want to send any pictures, questions, comments, please do. I've got the iPad ready. I can see loads of emails and pictures coming in, so we'll get to show some of those very soon. Hydrangea paniculum.
That's a name, isn't it, that one? I'm going to struggle to remember that.
This is the Hydrangea paniculata, and it's called Magical Fire.
Yeah, and you can see why. And it's actually, and it's good, because what I particularly like about this time of year when we bring you certain things is they're actually doing what we want to tell you they do.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to turn this around because I want you to see all these flowers around this side, look.
And it's doing it. And what it does, this one, the flowers change colour. So you can see there's a beautiful white-coloured flower, bright white, then they go a limey green colour, and then they go a pink colour as well.
Yeah,
so you're getting
and all of that's happening on this plant right now.
Yeah, and that's on each flower head. So it's almost like you're getting 3 different coloured hydrangeas at different times. But that's just naturally what they do. This is a nice compact variety as well, and this sort of variety tends to kind of be more of a spready type than an upright type, if I'll be honest with you. Probably only won't get more than about 1 metre tall, sort of thereabouts. So great for containers, great for pots, great for kind of perhaps putting along the edge of a raised bed or somewhere similar, or in a raised pot just on its own. Bone hardy, by the way, come back year after year, no problem at all, and really, really easy pruning because it's one of the paniculata types. So if you do feel at some point it's getting a little bit bigger than you want it to be, it's getting a little bit out of bounds, late winter, mid-spring, trim it back to whatever height you want it to be, and all the new shoots that come through will flower the same year, so no headache about pruning. But It is a really, really stunning hydrangea because of this habit of not just being one constant colour and then fading. It will just give you different colours as the flowers mature, and you'll end up with all three colours on different flowers simultaneously as well, depending on when each flower comes out.
Yeah, it's a great variety, isn't it? I love all those different colours. Super simple with the pruning, as you say, and a huge saving again on this one. I mean, £20 we've taken off the price of that. Brings it down to £14.99, and then you get your club discount on top. I'm there, and then you get your club discount on top of that as well, which makes it £12.74. Delivered price for that.
Look the size of this. I mean, that's phenomenal. That's what 17 cents. Well, yeah, 3 litre pot. So a huge, great big plant. There's a garden centre near me, easily £19.99, £24.99 for that. That's the one beginning with F, by the way, not the D one. I always have to clarify that because I like the D one, but I don't like the F one.
They're not watching, Adam. Don't worry.
Well, they might be. Well, I know the one at the D one they do watch.
They do
watch sometimes. Yeah.
They do.
So yeah, because they're superb, that one.
They're superb.
I wouldn't want them to think I'm dissing them on
absolutely.
on YouGarden.
All right, £12.74 is the price that you will pay for that one today, and that is what they are looking like on the nursery. Gorgeous colours, huge saving, and look, it doesn't matter if the saving is large if the plant is rubbish.
No.
But it's not a rubbish plant.
It's not.
It's one of the best of the I mean, God, I could say that about so many hydrangeas. But I just think it's because of the colour change is what makes this one sort of stand apart, you know. And you get such a wide range of colour change, going from that white to the green and then into those fiery pinky coloured shades as well. Stunning one, that one. 511635 is the item number if you'd like to go for that one. Actually, we did have, on the live today, if you go into the live now bit on the website and you scroll down, have a look at the products, there's actually several hydrangeas available. Again, we haven't brought them all into the potting shed because I think it just gets a bit too confusing if we bring all of them in for you. We've selected 2 for you today. The next one we're going to do is hot chocolate. Jake is just showing you now the product list. So we've clicked onto live now, we're scrolling down. You can see that's where all the Acers are because we're in a bit of an Acer week as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Acers there. I'm sure there's another one coming up in a little while as well. But if we keep going, you will get down to all of those hydrangeas. Oh, we've got that lovely orange and lemon collection. There, look, Magical Matterhorn, Magical Fire, Magical Himalaya. And then down another row, we've got Runaway Bride in there as well. That's a beautiful one. And then on the middle of the next layer there, we've got the Hot Chocolate, which is the next one we're going to feature for you. So there's 5 different hydrangeas available. If you're, not interested in the Magical Fire or the Hot Chocolate, there's another 3 that you can go and have a look at on the website as well. Hot Chocolate is up for you next, and this one is, I mean, most hydrangeas, when you talk about some are a bit more compact, but most hydrangeas, we're going to say they reach about 1 metre, somewhere between 3 and 4 feet in height. This one stands apart, A, because of the colour of the foliage against the colour of the flowers, but also because of the size that this one can get to. Yeah, I mean, it says, if you look at our details, it can get to 3 to 4 metres, this one eventually. But I tell you what, that's not an issue, because if you want to keep it smaller, again, it's one of the paniculata types, this one. So, yeah, this is the hot chocolate one, Aspera hydrangea. So, this one, as I say, about 3 to 4 metres tall. Yep. And this is unusual because it has the chocolate-coloured foliage and the leaves are different on the top. Yeah, I love this. To what they are on the bottom. I love it underneath. Because you do houseplants. There's some houseplants on there. Yeah. Bex, who have that kind of strange thing, don't they? Calatheas generally and stuff, have that different colour underneath. Had that kind of change there of colour. It's something to do with moisture retention. Or no, it's light, isn't it? Because it bounces the light back through, so they get like a double dose of UV rays. Double whammy there. Yeah. The flowers on this are unusual because they are pink, but also they have really kind of purpley blue flecks in the flower as well. So you get these pinky blue flowers, loved by the pollinating insects. This is different. It's unusual. If you saw this initially, without flowers, you probably wouldn't think it was a hydrangea. But even the stems are a gorgeous kind of red colour. It's bone hardy. It will come back year after year. It will do well in sun. It will do well in part shade, part sun. You could grow it in a container if you want to, because I say you can prune it down. So just to summarise, if you want a hydrangea that will give you some really good height, and you can let this get to 3 or 4 metres. If you want a hydrangea that's got the most stunningly beautiful, unusual chocolate-coloured foliage,
and then flowers that sort of contrast between the sort of a pink with little sort of splodges of blue in. Go for this. It's a real talking point, this one.
I think it's a gorgeous one, definitely. If you want something a little bit different when it comes to hydrangeas, then yeah, this one is definitely one to go for. It comes in the 19cm pot, nicely established, £10 saving there, and your discount club price ends up being £16.99. Winter hardy, dappled or part-shade position, and keep them well watered or it'll go all droopy on you. All right, Lobelia is up next. We've got the wonderful Lobelia speciosa. This is the Queen Victoria. I had a little wander round to the one that I always talk about, the one that's in the bungalow just round the corner from me. They've got two, in actual fact, in their front garden. It's gravel garden. Two separate sort of clumps of these, and they are the most outstanding plant. They are, you know, good sort of 50cm spread. They're nice and tall, and they are in full bloom right now with those gorgeous bright red flowers at the top. Outstanding. Every time they're in flower, I've lived there in that place for 10 years, every time they're in flower, they've got this crazy woman standing outside their front, just staring at their plant. Honestly, I stand there for about 10 minutes just like, oh, that's pretty, isn't it?
It is.
I'm standing there with my dogs just staring at this beautiful plant.
and this one, I mean, we're not saying that yours necessarily will come with a flower stem.
No, but there is one with the flower, so we thought we'd bring it in.
So bring it in to show you. Now, this is a flower that won't be ignored.
No.
And the colour contrast is phenomenal. Strangely enough, it's very similar coloured foliage to the hydrangea, so it's got that lovely dark plum coloured foliage, and then you've got these scarlet red flowers.
Proper red.
Yeah, there's no dispute, and that's red.
No.
That is indisputably red and gorgeous as well. And you can have perhaps half a dozen, if not a dozen stems on this at one point, flowering away for week after week after week. You can deadhead it, you can trim it back, it will reshoot. In fact, the ones here that have been Chelsea chopped, I wouldn't be surprised again if by the end of the summer
they
have another little flush of flower in the middle. The stems won't be as tall as this single original one, but they probably will flower for you. A couple of things you need to know about this lobelia. It does like to be kept moist. It's not a plant that likes a very hot, dry, sunny situation. So if you can keep it nice and moist. In fact, I've even seen these when you go to those places that sell fish, all different types of tropical fish and outdoor fish. They have a plant area there, and sometimes they sell this plant as a marginal plant.
Yeah.
So that means you can grow it around the edge of a pond in really sort of boggy areas as well if you want to. Not submerged, but it will grow in those sort of positions. It will come back year after year in its happy place, but yeah, I love it. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It is a beautiful one. Definitely one to turn heads. Could be container grown, could grow in the ground. Likes a nice sunny spot, nice and simple. Maybe a little bit of strulch, over winter, but because it can cope with frosts and it can cope with some minus temperatures. But we'd say half hardy, don't we, on this one?
Yeah.
And also the slugs and snails like to eat the new growth, so I would get yourself some strulch and give it a good layer of that just to make sure you're looking after it properly. 560859 is the item number. It's just a one today in the 9cm pot, so if it's just one you're looking for, that's what we've got on the show. But if you're looking for multiples, then you might be able to check the website to find out if we've got like a triple pack or something for a slightly better price, though you will be paying postage on that one. YGTV 3125 is the item number, is the code to use to get your free postage on any of your orders today. Next up, we've got a nice low maintenance option for you, but something definitely very, very stunning. Now, there are so many varieties of grasses, and all of them have their own sort of virtues and reasons to be in your garden. This one, it's got to be about the sort of late season colour. The bright red and burgundy tones that you get from the leaves on this particular grass are amazing.
It's mad. It's like sort of an avatar kind of grass, this. It's like it's made up. It's like if I had kids or grandchildren, I'd tease them about this and say, do you know you can get red grass?
Yeah,
grass
could be red. Green.
And they go, no, you can't. Yes, you can. No, you can't. You can. Because, this is Cylindrica imperata red barren. And it's got... Well, the leaves start off in the spring a lovely limey kind of green colour, and then as they mature and the season goes on, then they take on these red kind of hues as well. They almost remind me a little bit of some of the phormium leaves that we've got. They've got the same sort of colour combination there. And you can't quite see this from where you are, but where Bex and I are standing behind this, where the lights, the studio lights are shining through the leaves, it really, really does kind of highlight the colours. And you can just see how gorgeously sort of green and bright they are. And then you've got the red at the top there. And leave this at the end of the summer. Don't be in a rush to cut this down, because even when the foliage kind of starts to, it doesn't die down, it kind of just dries out a bit, but it still keeps that red colour for quite a long time. So leave them through the winter, because they look great even in the winter time. And then late spring, mid to late spring, trim them down to about 4 or 5 inches tall, no lower than that, and then all the new leaves will come through again. And these, what they do, they eventually form little colonies. They spread out year on year. And where I live, I've got this in my own garden, and I've got it on the edge of a bed that is south facing. And it does really well there. As I drive out of where I live, there's a house that's got loads of this on a garden that's north facing, and it's doing really well there as well.
Oh, nice.
So it's a really, really good grass. It doesn't mind sort of dryish soil once established. It will do quite well on damp soils as well, but it's bone hardy, and it will just give you that drama year after year after year.
Ellen has just commented actually saying, I love my red barren grass, and now I've put it in sun, it's gone really red. We do often say if you put it in a nice sunny spot, you'll get more dramatic colours, but it will happily grow in the slightly more shady spots. But if you want the really, really red colour, put it in a sunny spot.
And just to quickly show you as well, I mean, the Lobelia next to it, it's another good, if you wanted to go for both of those, it's a really, really good, really nice sort of mix there.
That'd be good.
Yeah, this Lobelia would look absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
kind of,
really good. And it'll get a bit taller as well.
Yeah.
So you'll see the dark foliage and then the beautiful bright red flowers.
So they do well. Yeah, I'll get my hand out the way, you can see it.
That's a good combination, Adam, actually.
Yeah, that would work really, really nicely together. And they would kind of live in the same sort of place as well. So if you wanted to go for the the Queen Victoria and 3 of the grasses, I think that'd be a really stunning mix.
All right, 560017 is the item number for your bloodgrass then. You're going to get 3 of the 9cm pots. It is a half price deal on there, so you're saving £15. But again, with your club discount, you get better than half price, because it takes it down to £12.72 for all 3 of those. Next up, we've got a project for you, which is the calamondin. Okay, so this is the calamondin Panama orange tree, but this is the one that's in the 9cm pot. So
take me on a journey with this, Bex.
Yeah, you're going to have to go on a slight journey with this one, okay? Because it's going to take a few years for it to get to the sort of level of maturity, isn't it? For it to be able to sort of produce the fruits that you want. And I like this, okay? So sometimes, yeah, it's really good to skip to the good bit and pay a little bit more, just a little bit more money, and get the more established, more mature plant. But sometimes it's really nice to do the project, a bit like I am doing with my Dixonia.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, well, you've got children. Your kids are reasonably young, and I'm just thinking that would be a nice thing to get your children involved in, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think it's sometimes it's nice to go and have the project. So my Dixonia I got from a 9cm. It's going to take years to turn into any kind of tree log. Hopefully I'll get to see it. I'm not quite 50 yet, so, still got a little bit of time left. Hopefully I'll get to see it turn into a bit of a tree log. But I wanted to go on that journey with it. At some point, yes, I'll buy one of the logs, but I'm going to take that one on its journey. So this one is basically your project, to watch this flourish and grow and get to the point where it can then produce those calamondin oranges. I mean, we're talking, what, 5 years?
Yeah, 5 or 6 years to get to that point.
5 or 6 years to get to that sort of stage that you're looking at here, where you can then produce the gorgeous calamondin oranges. They're slightly smaller, aren't they?
And one thing you could do as well, which I was saying the other week, if you've got a plant like we've got here, what you could do, you could put a bamboo cane in next to it. You could tie in this central shoot to the bamboo cane so it's nice and straight, cut off the lower ones at the bottom,
right,
and you could start growing your own standard calamondin.
Love it.
So keep growing that up, and as you get more leaves on the top, gradually take the lowest set of leaves off till you get a nice clear trunk, and then eventually you could clip the top off. It'll reshoot about 4 or 5 different shoots, and you've created your own little calamondin Panama orange tree.
There you go, nice and simple. So it is £8.49 club discount price. Use your code to get your free postage. Go on that little journey with it. Take it through to a project. And in 5 or 6 years, you will have a really nicely established plant that you'll then be producing your own delicious calamondin oranges. Now, calamondin they're a cross, aren't they, between a kumquat and a tangerine?
Yes.
So you get a kind of nice flavour balance. You get a zingy, zesty, It's not the sweetest. It's got a little bit of tang to it.
I mean, sometimes I say you can make sort of jams or preserves, or you can. The other thing you can do is preserve them if you want, kind of in alcohol and stuff like that. You could do all those kind of different things with them. Also,
sometimes it's just fun to have them and they look attractive.
Yeah, and you were saying about earlier on, Bex, you were saying about you want fragrance. You're going on that fragrance journey.
Yes.
I mean, the fragrance on these is phenomenal.
Oh my word! The fragrance that you get from the flowers on citrus plants. It's like jasmine and like tuberose and like gardenia. It's got that really lovely, heady, sort of sweet scent to it. It's a beautiful, beautiful one. They need ericaceous compost. They are acid-loving plants, so when you're repotting, you need your ericaceous, and they're going to need a bit of winter protection, OK? So they're not frost hardy. You need to bring them into a nice, cool room during winter. Really, really reduce your watering down, right?
Absolutely.
Most people overwater their citrus.
Yeah, they don't want to be sitting wet in the winter. So once a month, just give them a teacup of water, if you like, and then leave them for a month to dry out again. And don't put them somewhere too warm either. They don't want to be in a room that's comfortable for us. So if you've got a cool conservatory, a spare room, even if it's only 6, 7, 8 degrees, that'll be fine.
Yeah.
But lots of light. That's important.
There you go. So that's the citrus calamondin in the Panama orange. That's in the 9cm pot. If you want to skip to the good bit, we do have it available. I believe there was a small amount of them. We've got the more mature, established ones on the website. It's not in the YouGarden Live, so there will be postage to pay. But if you've got one of your postage vouchers, of course, you can use it against that as well. 340071 is the item number for that one. Right, let's dive in and say hello to you all. You're all chatting away to each other, which I absolutely adore. You know how I love it when you're all talking to each other, because we've got this gorgeous gardening community. And actually, I noticed that's one of the things going on in here. Feeling the love. What was the comment? Yes, Ruth says, yep, I love the chats always. Marissa said it's the Gardeners Clubhouse. Simon's saying, I like our little community. Ruth was saying, I'm feeling the love in the chat today. It's like a little love-in at YouGarden. We like it. Everyone's saying how much they like Echinacea. Simon reckons he should get some because they are lovely. You should, Simon, absolutely. Anne says she loves her tower pot. The wisteria Amethyst Falls has filled it now. Well done to you. Marissa says, my climbing geranium looks fantastic in its tower pot. They are good, aren't they? I've just ordered another one, which will make 6.
Climbing geranium, so would that be the, what do you call it, Roseanne?
No idea.
Because I've noticed, because Roseanne does climb. If you give it support, it will
go upwards.
It will go upwards, yeah.
Let us know, Mauricio, what you've got climbing in there. Neil says Salvia and osteospermum are his favourites. What else? I said about Eleanor. Simon says, grasses have not really appealed to me, but I have a corner in my garden where they would look good, so I might be a convert. I like that. That's what we're here for. Give you all the different ideas. Make you think about something you might not have already thought about. Oh, we have a Facebook message. Claire, can you please tell me about the club I normally order from TikTok? All right, Claire, no problem at all. So the club that you can join, which allows you to shop from us direct at YouGarden, so this wouldn't work via TikTok. Obviously, we do different deals in the various different places that we bring you shows from. I mean, we broadcast on here, we go on to QVC, we sell in B&Q. There's lots of different places, and we're on TikTok as well. So the club is specific to shopping direct with YouGarden. Now, you join with your first order. It costs you £10 to join. That is your annual fee. So you pay a one-off cost of £10 to join the club. So if you placed an order today for one item, if you added that to your basket, it'll cost you £10. But that's it. That's all you have to pay. And then every time you shop directly with us here from the YGTV shows or on the website or whatever, you will get 15% discount off of nearly everything that you buy. So plants, pots, compost, bagged items, they all sort of fit within the 15% discount. Then there's other things on the website where you'll get a 7.5% discount, the outdoor living and machinery kind of sections. You'll also get £20 worth of product vouchers sent to you. They break down into £5 vouchers. There's a start date and an end date. don't worry about the start date. It's the end date of each one you need to pay attention to. So they, you've got to use them by their end date. But if you wanted to use all 4 in one day on 4 separate orders, you can. Plus, we'll send you 2 free postage vouchers. Here, with items that you shop from the YGTV shows, you'll get free postage using our code. But if you shop the website, there is the postage cost to pay. So if we send you a couple of postage vouchers, you get a couple of orders from the website absolutely free. So that's kind of it, really. You can start saving today. You can join the club today. If there's something that tickles your fancy in the show today and you want to buy it, add it into your basket. Use the offer code, because that'll take the discount off and it'll give you the free postage. And it'll also give you the option to add the membership into your basket at the same time. As I say, cost you just that £10 today. But if you shop with us on a semi-regular basis, you instantly earn it back with your product vouchers. But do you see what I mean? You'll get your money back the more you shop. You'll save lots and lots of money by being a club member. Claire, I hope I covered that. Let me know if there's any other questions. Everyone in the chat who's been with us regularly, they're all club members. I am, Adam is, Sean is. We're all club members because we know how much money we can save there. But obviously, we do different deals in different places. Sometimes you might get a better deal on TikTok, but most of the time you're going to get a better deal over here. Let's have a little look. Right, I've got loads of emails, so I just want to cover a couple of these because obviously there's loads coming in and I always try and get through all of you. So Ali, good morning to you, my lovely. The photo of the 2 fountain bamboos, do you think that they will recover, please? I see a few green shoots. Haven't looked at the picture, but if there's green shoots, it's going to recover. She said we had new neighbours move in next door to us last weekend, and the young man, I would say in his 30s, does gardening for a job. I thought he was a young Adam.
Oh.
I have attached my photos today. I had my screen on last show, but missed that you said my photos were missing, Beck. Sorry about that. No worries, Ali, at all. I just like to try and show you pictures if I can. Oh, OK, hang on. Here's the Fargesia. Fargesia rufa. I mean, that one, I feel like that might be gone, my lovely.
Yes. What I would suggest...
I mean, there's a few little bits of green, but...
I mean, what you could do... with
that one, not so much. That one's looking a bit better. The
really, really sad one, I'd be tempted to just chop all those stems off.
Chop it right down.
Yeah, it's about 4 or 5 inches and just keep it really, really wet.
Yeah, that's properly dried out, isn't it?
For the rest of the summer. Really, really... And shady as well, because the Fargesia type of bamboos prefer more kind of dappled shade than full sun. And you'll be surprised how tough they are.
I was about to say that. You would be surprised. I thought I'd killed some bamboo by lack of watering, and I did exactly that. Chopped them all down, thinking I'll get rid of those at some point. Forgot about the pots, but actually new shoots coming up. Yeah, so you'd be surprised.
Yeah, if you whip them out of the pot and you still see kind of whitish coloured roots in the pot, it's still alive. So don't give up on it yet. But the most important thing, those 2 things, don't let it dry out anymore. Keep it wet for the rest of August and somewhere shady. And hopefully by autumn you will get some new canes come through.
Wow, look at these Tommies.
They're tomatoes on a stick, aren't they?
Look at those.
Vigorous.
That is a proper vigorous plant right there. Yeah, your tomato plants are looking really good there, Ali. Fantastic. And then what else has she put on? Final picture for Ali is... Oh, it's your... oh, my word.
Oleanders,
Oleander. Isn't it funny? We talk about oleanders all the time and then the name just drops out of my head. Beautiful oleander standard. That's looking very... And the others down the base there as well. Looking very good there, Ali. Thank you. Grimmy, cordyline. Morning all, my cordyline is developing side shoots. Is this normal? If not, what should I do? And if it is, will it become multi-stem in time? Sometimes they can produce those side shoots.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's not unusual, actually. Yeah, it will just become multi-branched, basically. If you want, you can take them off. If you don't want them, just break them off, snap them off.
Or you can leave it and it will get the multiple stems on it.
Yeah, and you leave them and it'll be multiple stems. But it won't, either way, it won't harm the plant, whatever you decide to do with it.
I quite like it. Quite like it. Let it grow, Grimmy. I mean, it's up to you, obviously.
Let it grow, let it grow.
What's this picture from Marissa? Unknown flower, its bulbs. Unknown flower, its bulbs. Right, this big tall stem here. Oh, my word. That looks like... I don't know, the stem of that looks like the tuberose, but the top doesn't.
Let's have... that's annoying me. I think...
That stem looks exactly like the tuberose.
That is... I think it might be possibly something called Galtonia, which has a sort of a white kind of flower.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly Galtonia, which is starting to flower about now. I'll have a little look while Bex keeps...
If anyone else has got an idea, stick it in the chat. Adam's going to have a little search and see if he can find it. Penny says, good morning, just back from my holiday. I hope you had a lovely time, Penny. Both the garden and Daisy were both very well looked after. Came home to a dinner plate dahlia and blue hibiscus open. The floral displays at Disney Paris are amazing. Penny, did you go to Disneyland Paris? Look at that beautiful blue hibiscus. Penny, Stu was there. Did you bump into him? He sent us some pictures, so I do know exactly what you're talking about with the floral displays, because he put some pictures in our group chat on WhatsApp, and they do look amazing, don't they? There's your beautiful blue hibiscus, and... oh, look at that dahlia. Wow.
Oh, that's good. Look at the colour on that.
That's a nice bright red colour. I'm always amazed by your hanging baskets as well. They look beautiful. Well done, Penny. Gorgeous garden, my lovely. Well done to you. Let's do another one, shall we? Gillian says, my garden is filling up nicely since I started watching you. Thank you, Gillian. 12 deliveries last month. I may have a problem. Gillian, as long as you can afford it, my lovely, it is the best thing you can spend your money on, so don't you worry about it at all. We've got that lovely sunflower with the beautiful bee on there.
Look at that. Isn't that nice?
Look how happy that bee is.
And they keep flowering for oodles, don't they? Ages and ages and ages.
Gorgeous.
Right into the autumn. Yeah,
nice one.
That bulb might be Galtonia, I'm not 100% sure, but perhaps once it comes into flower, send us another picture.
Yeah, we'll be able to tell
flowering.
a bit more then, won't we?
Yeah, oh, nice.
Oh, there's some kind of hydrangea going on there.
That'll be a magical something or another,
It'll be
possibly.
a magical something. Certainly by the flower shape. I do love hydrangeas. I've really turned onto them this year. Planted 4 hydrangeas myself earlier this year. They're looking a bit droopy at the moment.
They're so different now, aren't they? I mean, when I was a kid, hydrangeas were just those sort of pink and blue kind of mop-heady things that you saw near the seaside, growing around bungalows.
So many different ones now.
Yeah, huge variety now. Lovely phlox.
Look. Oh, baby. Hello. Hello. Oh, look, so happy.
Chilling
in
out
garden.
there. Oh.
Absolutely beautiful. Your plants are nice as well. Gillian, let's have a little look what else you've sent us. Oh, look, you've got the beautiful bee on the beautiful buddleia. Having a lovely time. A bee instead of a butterfly, but hey, all the pollinators like that. And that in the background there, that's a Lobelia. And that's Lucifer, that was a crocosmia. And an Agapanthus. That is an Agapanthus, isn't it?
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? A white one. Don't see the white ones that often.
Lovely
that's
yellow
gorgeous,
stamen coming out there. Ah, yeah, looking very nice. Thank you.
There's one called Snowy Owl that looks like that, but
really?
I'm not sure it's exactly that one, but yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Right, thank you, Gillian. Thanks for sending your pictures. Dingo, Ruth, Tony, Howard. Your pictures are coming up in a little while, all right? We'll show those soon. We'll talk about some more plants first. Let's remind you of some of the things that you've seen already. Adam's going to change the table over for us, and we'll show you some more. Starting off with the beautiful jasmine for you, the Trachlospermum jasminoides. This is the climbing jasmine on the trellis in this 19cm pot. Saving a £5 on this one, bringing your price down to $16.99. If you want an evergreen climber that doesn't drop its leaves, gives you a lovely kind of bronzy coloured display from its leaves in winter, but also gives you the most delightful fragrance in summertime with these pinwheel star-shaped flowers. It's a nice, easy plant. It'll grow to a few metres. Great for being in the tower pot, in actual fact. It's compact enough to go in a tower pot, but can also grow big enough to go sort of over an archway or, you know, start to cover a pergola. It's a beautiful one, really simple to look after, and low maintenance. 550387 is the item number, and it's $16.99 your discount club price. The pheasant berry, I think you're getting a lot of plant for your money here. They're a really good size. It's only $11.04 in the club, and this gives you a long season of interest. It is a deciduous plant, but from the moment that it gives you its leaves in springtime, this golden sort of limey coloured foliage colour from spring, then you get the flowers that appear in summertime. Good couple of months worth of flowering time you get on these, and really intricate, beautiful, you know, colour display with the purple bracts and then those white flowers, and then you get the berries that form on there, which birds absolutely adore too. So a great one for bringing birds and wildlife into the garden. And then gives you a sort of blaze of foliage colour before it drops its leaves in autumn. So it's and it'll grow to about 2 metres. Sunny spot, part shade will be fine. Nice free draining soil. Of course, you could grow this in a pot or container if you want to as well. 511523 is the item number, and £11.04 your discount club price. And that would be your delivered price on this one as well, by the way. There is no postage to pay as long as you are using the code YGTV3125. Hydrangea Magical Fire is, I mean, this one's a beautiful one, and all of the plants that we've got at the nursery, they are all starting to do exactly what we tell you they're going to do, which is that you've got that wonderful colour change. So the flowers come out a lovely white colour, they go to a kind of limey green colour, and then they transition into these beautiful pink tones that you can see here. It's a paniculata, which makes it really easy to prune. Flowers on new growth, so just prune it in early spring, leave those faded flower heads on over winter, give that winter interest, and then just give it a little trim down in springtime, and it'll do it all again for you. It'll grow to about 1 metre, but you could container grow it if you want to, could grow in borders. Keep them well watered. Hydrangeas hate to dry out. 511635 is the item number. Big saving on that one, £20 off the price. £12.74 is your discount club price. Please use the code to get all of those discounts. The hydrangea hot chocolate was the next one. Now, we do actually have 5 hydrangeas available in the show for you. Go to the website, click on live now, and scroll down to have a look at the others. But we went for these 2 because I think these are quite contrasting ones. This one's got the hot chocolate name to it, and that's because it has a sort of deep, rich foliage. Nice burgundy tone, green tones, but then you've got the kind of chocolatey tones to the leaves, and you've even got some pink stems in there as well. But then when these flowers appear, they've got a lovely pink colour, and then like a violet sort of lavender blue tone to them as well, contrasting perfectly with the foliage and against the other plants in your garden. £10 saving on here, so we've taken a third off the price, and then because you're a club member, you're going to get a little bit more and bring it down to £16.99. Free postage with the code as well, of course, YGTV3125. The Queen Victoria Lobelia is here for you. Dark foliage colour in the garden is is a real valuable thing to add in from a design perspective. It's how you get contrast. The red is proper red. This is a scarlet red that you get from the flowers on these lovely tall stems. They love a sunny spot. They love free draining soil. Gravel gardens, these look amazing in. I say that because the house around the corner from me, that's exactly where they've got it, and it grows beautifully every single year. 560859. It's just £8.49 for one of those, and you will get your free postage as long as you use that code YGTV3125. The Calamondin Panama Orange. Yes, if you'd like a little project, your 9cm pot plant will grow into this that you're looking at here, and obviously that's before they're ripe. They will start ripening up and turning into that orange colour. It'll grow to that in about 5 or 6 years, we think. So if you want a project and you want to make it grow into that and nurture it, then do go for this one. It's a lovely project to have. It'll need a bit of winter protection. They're not frost hardy. They like ericaceous compost, so do give them a bit of ericaceous compost and an ericaceous feed. I'm laughing because Adam's got his pruners out again. Of course he has. He can't help himself. He's got the clippers out and he's pruning things. Pack it in, Adam. It's fine. Leave it alone. Okay, sorry. 340071 is the item number, and it's just £8.49 for that one. And then we've got the compost for you as well. Everything that we've got on the show today, except the Panama Orange, in actual fact, is going to live its perfect life in this particular compost. It's your multi-purpose compost, packed with vitamins. Got peat in here, but low amounts. We reduced it years ago, so you've got dark peat, light peat, and sphagnum moss peat in there. It's got a slow release fertiliser, it's got a wetting agent, it's got composted wood fibre, it's free draining, it's free textured, it's loose, light, airy and open, allows roots to develop, and you will see the difference no matter what you're growing, whether it's, you know, some summer flowers or maybe it's fruits and veg, maybe you've got an allotment. Every gardener is going to absolutely adore this particular compost because it works for the majority of things, allows seeds to put down roots, to, you know, break up their shoots through the compost surface, but it's great for larger plants as well. We always say seeds through to trees and everything in between. 100125, you'll get 2 50-litre bags, 100 litres in total, and that is your delivered price, by the way, $21.23. You'll get that delivered direct to your door. Now coming up, so we're just going to give you a little preview. We've got our Acer triple pack. Now this, I think, is the sort of great value. If you're looking for multiple Acers, this is where you've got a value selection, and you're going to get an amazing colour range included in here. You've got the Atropurpureum, which has got those beautiful dark coloured leaves, real burgundy colour, and they come out this brighter colour. The fresh growth comes through this brighter colour, so you even get contrast on the same plant. You're also going to get included in there the emerald lace, one of my favourite varieties. This is, this falls into the dissectum family of the Acers because they have those really finely dissected leaves, and they do turn this wonderful emerald colour, really beautiful bright green. The absolute awesome contrast that you get against that, and of course the Atropurpureum, the burgundy. And then we've also got included in there the Katsura. Now, this one has the wonderful kind of orangey tones. It's not looking orangey at the moment, it's more green at the moment, though there are some fiery tones starting to come through. But as they mature, that's where you start getting those fiery tones coming through. And of course, with all Acers, you do get this lovely colour change that happens throughout the season. So that is a carefully curated and selected trio of Acers that you're getting there. So you get the widest range of colour combination. Huge saving. I mean, that works out £7 and like 55 pence each, I think, for each of those in the 1.5 litre pots, which is an amazing price for all of those. 510652, we'll be showing you those in a little while. We've also got for you the Bramley apple. So this is your cooker. This is your cooking apple, which is the beautiful Bramley. Really big plants we've got for you here, just for £16 and 99 pence. They're multi-branch, they're very well established, and these are the ones that are not going to get too big either, that could be grown in a container on your patio, or in the ground, of course, if you want to, but they're only going to get to about 2.5 metres in height, so you don't need to have the biggest of spaces, and you can just grow them in a pot on your patio as well if you want to. And we've also got the Braeburn, which is your eating apple. So we've got the nation's favourite cooking apple, and we've got the nation's favourite eating apple as well. You get that lovely sort of rosy flesh there, real nice kind of texture when you bite into a Braeburn apple. Similar size on that one, they're really well established for you. 300031 is the item number, and that's £16.99 as well. Right, we're going to be starting off back on our favourites table. We're going to go the other way around this time. We're going to start with the Echinacea. This is the green twister. This is your later summer flowering plant, your later summer flowering perennial for your garden. I adore them because they're nice strong stems, but they're also perfect for pollinators, aren't they?
They are, and also you're getting 3 fantastic colours on one flower.
Yeah.
So you're getting that kind of limey green, you're getting yellow, and you're getting that sort of pinky red as well. I mean, it really is a stunning variety, this. Whoever bred this must have been cock-a-hoop when they kind of first see it flower, because they realised they'd stumbled on something really different, really
amazing,
unusual.
Isn't it?
Yeah, normally Echinaceas you think of being a solid pink colour, a solid white colour, but this one it's got those spiralled colours. Hey, brilliant root systems always on our plants, that's pretty much guaranteed. These are great plants, good prairie planting plants, these. They look really good with grasses and plants like that, for example. Great for containers, great for really hot, dry, sunny positions as well, well-drained soil, and they do very well in porous soils. Don't put Echinacea in really very rich soils. In fact, when we talk about Agapanthus, they grow in the same kind of position as Agapanthus. So if you wanted to grow them together, they'd flourish, they'd love it. Full sun, well-drained, sheltered. If you get them in that position, they will come back for you year after year. They'll gradually form like a little clump. You could probably end up with 10, 15, 20 flowers per plant. Just deadhead once the main flower is finished. They send up little flower buds from further down. They keep you giving that repeat flowering session and adored by the pollinating insects.
Yeah, it's a beautiful one, honestly. I love Echinacea in the garden. I just think they are trouble-free, easy perennial, long flowering and late summer flowering, transitioning through into those autumn months as well. When some of those summer flowers really have started to give up, this one's just getting going.
And one other thing I found about Echinaceas, I can't ever really remember a time time I've needed to stake them.
True.
They always seem to just sturdy.
Absolutely.
They don't need staking, which for, you know, a perennial can get sort of 18 inches, a couple of feet tall, perhaps max. That's unusual.
It is. 560407 is the item number. You will get all 3 of those 9cm pots, and you have got a half price deal, saving £15. And because you're a club member, of course, that will take it down to £12.72 as well. Delivered direct to your door with no postage, as long as you use that code YGTV3125. Another triple pack for you next, which is the Agapanthus Pop-in Purple. Remember when we talk about favourites table, these are all the ones that have been most popular this week. Doesn't mean the others aren't popular as well, but these have just been the most popular this week. So it tells you where people are spending their money, basically. And Agapanthus, I mean, this, when you see a mature, established Agapanthus plant in full bloom, and when one of these gets properly established, we can be talking, I mean, 10, 15 flower stems at any one time, sometimes even more than that.
And I think we need to kind of nickname you Bexy Poppins, because you've actually got this popping purple to flower really well.
I love how they open up as well. Look, so this one is just starting to open up. It's like this little pocket here, and then it releases all of those buds, and then they just start to open up, and they open up into the most delightful display. It's like a firework explosion.
It is, and it's a proper purple, Bex, isn't it, as well? It's not blue, it's not mauve, it's a really gorgeous purple, and that's quite an unusual colour for Agapanthus, because quite often they're kind of blue, very vibrant blue, or they can be pure white. We saw the white picture earlier on of one flowering in the garden. So this is delightful. And when Bex brought hers in last week, whoa, it was gorgeous. I mean, those stems were a couple of foot tall, weren't they, on some of those?
They were nice and tall.
And they're kind of weird, because you look at the flower head, and you kind of think of the flower head as the flower, but really it's a mass of dozens and dozens of smaller flowers all coming out simultaneously that give you this incredible look. And you can even see them on the picture there, they don't all flower at the same time, so you get kind of fresh buds coming up over a period of time. Hot, sunny, well-drained position, that's what they love.
Yeah.
Poor soil, no problem at all. Incredible for containers as well. If you find the right spot for these, they'll come back year after year. They're hardy as well, and they'll get sort of bigger and bolder as the years go by.
I've got to show you this one. My mum sent this picture to me the other day. It's not a poppin' purple, but it is an Agapanthus, and I think she's very proud of it. This is me mum's.
Oh my goodness me! How tall are they?
Look at that.
That is insane. I mean,
look at the size of them as well.
I'm glad that seat's next to it.
Yeah, so you can see the size.
I mean,
if I was stood next to that, it'd come up to my shoulder at least, wouldn't it?
That is, and all of that from that tiny. You see, that proves exactly what you've been saying, Bex. All of that plant from that crazy little bit of soil in that pot. I mean, if you got it out of the pot, if you could, there'd probably be almost no soil in there.
No soil in there
at all. Pretty much just all root. And that's what it loves, and it's in that sunny position. There's probably barely any nutrients in that pot, but it's just magnificently flowering.
Isn't it good?
Yeah, they are some of the biggest Agapanthus flower heads I've seen on there.
I tell you, she's a good gardener.
Whoa.
She kills all the houseplants, but she's great with the outdoor ones.
And they've loved this summer as well. They've loved the heat.
560963 is the item number if you'd like to go for the Agapanthus Pop-in Purple. You're going to get 3 of those 9cm pots. You're saving £16 there. It's £19.52, your delivered price on that one. Next up on our favourites table, we've got our Rose of the Week. And do you know what? This has been really successful as bringing you this. I think it was, Matt told me the other day, was it week 6 or week 7 now? We're on to, maybe even more than that. Anyway, we've been doing it for a little while. And what we're trying to do is showcase our wonderful collection of roses. And we've got hundreds of them available. We work with Harkness Roses, who are the best when it comes to rose breeding. They've won multiple medals at Chelsea Flower Show. They've been breeding roses as a family-run business since, was it 1879, something like that. They've been going for a long. I know you do, yeah. You were there at the inauguration, weren't you?
I was.
You're not allowed to steal my jokes.
Okay.
So yes, they are amazing when it comes to rose breeding, and this one is called Summer Sweetheart, and this is a wonderful climbing one.
It is beautiful, this, isn't it? Am I getting a bit of a? Is that coming from that rose, or am I getting that from something else?
It's got a light fragrance.
Yeah.
So I think once it's covered in roses, you'll definitely get more of it.
It is that.
It is it?
Yeah, that's got
Amazing.
a soft fragrance to it. I'm not going to say it's kind of right in your face fragrance. That's definitely got a soft fragrance. But what's really sort of jumping out to me about this particular rose is, first of all, we've got into the beginning of August. I'm not seeing any black spot. I'm not seeing any mildew. I'm not seeing any rust. What I am seeing is gorgeous, glossy, really, really healthy foliage, and also just an absolute mass of flower buds. I mean, there's probably 50, 60 flower buds on there.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So you're going to have colour on this all the way through August.
I love this bud.
And it is repeat flowering, so it will just keep... Isn't that lovely?
Look at that.
That's exquisite, isn't it? That little flower bud.
That is so... Oh yeah, I just got a whiff of it.
Yeah, it is.
That is coming
I think
from
the
there.
warmth in here is really kind of promoting the fragrance. That'd make a great little buttonhole, wouldn't it?
That is a absolutely delightful little flower bud on there. And you've got so many of them waiting to open up.
It's kind of everything about a rosebud, but in miniature perfection.
Yeah, love it.
And the flowers on this aren't huge, but they're kind of semi-double flowers. They're, as we just pointed out, sort of slightly fragranced. But it's just the multitude of them you get.
Yeah.
I mean, hundreds and hundreds of flowers on this.
There's clusters
all
everywhere.
the way kind of from June probably through to autumn, and it's a climber that's only going to get to about sort of 2 metres kind of thing, so it's not going to be one of those really super vigorous ones that takes over and you can't keep on top of it. You might, as Bex pointed out earlier on, if you've got an archway or something like that, you might want to plant one either side, grow them up either side and get them to meet in the middle. But yeah, it's beautiful this. It's simple but stunning. Adorable.
Love it, and it is just £17 if you're not a club member, which is an amazing price. You would normally be paying £29.99 for this, and that's any day of the week, no matter where you go. You'd be paying 30 quid for a potted rose. Certainly one of the kind of heritage that you get with Harkness roses. But if you're a club member, £14.45. That's a good price. I'm going to take those secateurs off you. He's itching to get... They're here, look.
I'll put them away.
He's itching to start sniffing.
Well, it's just, you see, like, because when you get this home, like, I've just got to show you, because, I mean, they have been cut back in the nursery, but when you get it home, if there's a little snaggy bit like this with nothing going on,
yeah, you need to chop it off,
just take that snaggy bit off to just below where the new stems are, and that way, and the same down here.
And that great big one there.
Yeah, and you could just like tidy that one up a little bit there.
Yeah, and that one. I'd be tidying that one up as well. I missed that one, Adam.
Okay. Well, there we go. Oh, we're going to talk about this one now, apparently, because this is the one we're snipping on.
You can't help yourself, can you?
There we go.
You're a gardener through and through.
Nice and tidy now.
All right, we'll come back to the Blackberry cascade. As we're playing with the Salvia, let's talk about that one as well.
Yeah, so these, in the nursery, a week or so ago, about 10 days ago, had got to about a couple of metres tall. They've got really, really huge, and they're kind of all grown into each other. So
they were a bit leggy as well,
They were a bit leggy, so we had to chop them back. So they've been cut back. But already they're reshooting, and I would not be surprised if these new shoots give you flower at least by the end of August. I'd be very, very, very disappointed if they didn't. So, don't worry if it's looking a bit chopped back when you get it home. It will reshoot, it will flower, and of course, it will come back for you year after year after year. And it's a sort of a really dramatic salvia, this one. So you get height from it, you get drama, it's multi-stemmed, it's this fabulous deep, deep purple colour. It will look amazing with the popping purple Agapanthus, by the way, as well. It's adored by the bees, and I know all these things because my husband grows it in his front garden at home, and it thrives. That's sort of southwest facing, lovely and sunny, lovely light, well-drained soil. So it comes back year after. You can grow it in containers if you want to as well, but it's a really nice autumn flowering perennial, this one.
Yeah, I love it, honestly. It's saving a couple of quid on that one as well. Your discount club price is £11.04, and that will be delivered free of charge. There's lots of questions coming in. Naomi's on Facebook. Neil, sorry, I did see a question earlier about the Rudbeckia. We will come to those in a second for you, OK? Let's just finish the favourites table, and then we might have a little chance to answer some of those questions. Next up for you is the Blackberry Cascade, where you're going to get 3 of the 9-centimetre pots here. 2 main reasons to go for this plant.
Yeah,
or these plants, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, it's thornless, which is absolutely fantastic. And just imagine when you pick blackberries normally, and you put your hand and you go to pick them, then those backward-facing thorns kind of grab hold of you. And also it's trailing, so you can grow this in a hanging basket. So, it's up and away from the sort of the slugs and snails or anything that might want to kind of nibble on your blackberries. And look at the flowers. I mean, the flowers are beautiful in their own right. You've got those gorgeous sort of purpley pink flowers. And I've been really, really impressed with these, because I'll be up front with you. Sometimes when they come out with kind of new varieties of fruit like this, sometimes they're a bit gimmicky, and and they don't grow very well. That they can be a bit stunted, and they don't really do what they mean to do. These are typical stock from our nursery beds. They're not a stone's throw from where we're standing now, and the vigour of these is so impressive. And even though they're still only in these 9-centimetre pots, these plants have already kind of doubled or tripled in size. They're already flowering. They've already got fruit on, and for August, those blackberry leaves are just looking so lush and green and healthy. Driving around, you look at the wild blackberries at the moment, they don't look good. They're kind of, the leaves have gone a bit crispy, a bit burnt, a bit kind of, sad looking. These are just glorious. They're bone hardy. They'll come back for you year after year. Super sweet blackberries as well. Blackberries like you've never tasted, because you can pick them at that perfect moment of ripeness. And it wouldn't be unexpected to get a kilogram of fruit per plant per year once they're established.
Amazing. And look at your saving again, £18 on this one. 3 plants for £10.17. 3 plants for £10.17. That's £3 each, and then you've got £1.17. 40.81.20. £3.40 a plant, let's say.
Have you got these?
No, not no.
I'm going to challenge you.
Not yet.
I'm going to challenge you to grow these in your new
reckon?
garden.
In my new garden,
in your new garden. So when we bring them back this time next year,
I'm definitely going to. Obviously, I'm holding back a little bit. I've still got loads of plants this year. Shouldn't have done until I move house. But once I get in the new garden, there's loads of things I want to grow. And Blackberry Cascade is definitely on that list. £3.40. Yes, I can do maths. It is brilliant, honestly. So hanging baskets are perfect, or pots and containers. It's just good to have them up high. Obviously, the birds will go for them. They like blackberries as much as we do, but because these remain nice and compact, you can easily protect them. 310180 is the item number. £18 saving on those ones if you'd like to go for them. They're very simple, very easy, very fruitful, and very winter hardy, so no extra protection at all needed. Right, can we cover a couple of those questions? Right, Naomi was asking on Facebook. Hello, Naomi. Are you okay today?
Hi, Naomi.
Naomi was asking about care or overwintering care for the blue pimpernel, which is the anagallis, the sky lover. You remember those lovely blue ones? Because they are a perennial, but they need some winter protection. They're not frost hardy at all, are they? Or they would get through a really mild winter.
Yeah. Now, I'll be up front. Sometimes they can act as an annual, so they can grow, flower and unalive themselves in kind of one season. But yeah, if you can just keep them somewhere like a cool greenhouse, somewhere like that with a little bit of light and stuff, you could possibly get them through to
so a good mulch
year.
Layer, not necessarily fleece, but mulch will hopefully get them through.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got.
Or do you think covering them would be good as well?
Yeah, I mean, because they sort of die back in the winter anyway, so that all that foliage will disappear. So what you could do is put a bamboo cane next to where they're coming out the ground. You could put a layer of bark mulch on, or a layer of strolch over the top, and just keep your fingers crossed they come back for you next spring. Or if they're in a pot or a container, just put that pot somewhere out of the worst of the weather.
Still somewhere light.
Yeah, kind of a porch, a lean-to, an unheated greenhouse, somewhere like that. It's probably more the wet that would stop them getting through to next spring than the cold.
Yeah.
So if they're somewhere reasonably dry and cold, they'll likely survive. If they're somewhere cold and wet, you're probably going to lose them.
Right, Neil's asking what size / diameter pot is suitable for the Rudbeckia, Sunbeckia, Ophelia. I think I'd go a 30 or 40 centimetre.
Definitely, yeah.
I think you could go in a 30 or a 40.
Yeah.
Quite happily, yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Kind of the largest size, like Somerville we do, or Olive.
Yeah, I think I'd go slightly taller pot.
Yeah.
Just because they're quite top heavy, aren't they?
Are.
Those. Okay, so I hope that helps you, Neil. Pat said, Patricia? Patricia? I don't know if you like that or not. Let's go with Bex received my Calicarpa this week. Put it in a 15-inch pot. Hope that is okay. Also received my Little Vic plum tree and put it in a pot. Pat. You say Pat. Pat from Hythe. Okay, Calicarpa, 15-inch pot. That'll be fine to start with.
Yeah, but ideally, the Calicarpa wants to go in the ground, ideally, eventually, because they can get to be quite a sizable shrub,
because they can get to 6 foot height,
easily,
they can spread by that much, and they look amazing. But, I mean, if you haven't got the space for it, you could container grow it.
Yeah, I mean, Grow it in there for a year or so, then go up to like a 30-litre size pot minimum.
Yeah. And that'll still let it get to a really good size if you're container gardening.
And obviously feed it well as well. That's important during the growing season. Feed it, use our blooming fast, and keep it watered.
And Matt, do you know what, Matt? I knew when I said, oh, this is week 6 or 7, I knew that was wrong. In my head, I was like, no, it's way more than that, because I remember you saying how many weeks we've been running it for, and being like, really? Has it been that long? It's week 10 or 11.
Wow.
So I knew it was wrong as I was saying it.
Can you remember the first one we
Matt's
did?
in the chat, by the way.
Can you remember? I'm trying to remember the first Rose of the Week we did. Oh.
No, I can't remember.
No, I can't.
Okay, so I think that's it for the questions in there. Couple of emails? Why not? Dingo says, I don't know what this is, Dingo. Did you win a prize from QVC? He says, morning, Bex and Adam. My winning prize from QVC arrived. My thanks, YouGarden. Cheers, Dingo. And he's got 2 packets of Blooming Fast. Was there something that happened? Have I missed this? Was there some kind of competition or a prize that you got on QVC? And if so, let me know, Dingo, because I've not done many QVC shows this year, so I'm not quite as in the loop with what's going on there as I was last year. But congratulations if you won something. That's amazing. Ruth sent a picture of her salvia. She says, this is my salvia this morning. Only one bee bum so far, but usually the whole thing is buzzing. We have to try and find the bee, everybody. Oh, there it is. There it is. A little bee hopping around in the beautiful salvia. What variety of salvia is that? Do you know, Adam?
No.
There's so many varieties of salvia.
There's one similar to that called Turkistanica, but I don't know that one.
It's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Love it. Thank you so much for that one, Ruth. Tony, hello, Tony. Good morning. He says, just 2 pictures of my dahlia this morning. Tony, I like it. Nice and simple. Let's have a little look. Here we go.
It's a nice dahlia.
Look at that. Oh, I love the colours.
That's kind of got those sort of, almost those cafe au lait
That's
kind of colours, isn't
lovely.
it?
Actually, when you get into that and you have a proper look, that is a really gorgeous colour.
I love dahlias. I never used to.
So many buds.
I loved them as a kid. And then as I grew older, I just went off of them. And now as I got older, I love them again.
Oh, I've got to get out Deadhead. It's the pointy ones, isn't it?
It is.
Get rid of the pointy.
Pointy ones, yeah.
Get rid of the pointy ones. I need to go and Deadhead when I get home later. Let's have another look, because he sent us 2 pictures. Is it the same one? Yes, it is. But look at that. That looks amazing.
They're lovely.
Zoom in a little bit.
Really nice and kind of compact and vigorous as well.
I love the colour, actually, because dahlias tend to be... I mean, I quite like all the gaudy, bright, garish colours. But that one's a really sort of elegant, beautiful colour. Well done, Tony. Very nice.
There must be thousands and thousands and thousands of varieties of...
There's 50,000. There's loads.
Yeah, it must be one of the most hybridised.
Because somebody came to do a talk at his gardening club, who was a specialist in dahlias.
Oh, really?
I remember him coming back and saying, "Did you know that there's 50,000 varieties?"
It must be one of the most hybridised plants on the planet. I don't know of many others that have got such an incredible variety. Even roses. I don't think there's that many types of roses. So. Oh, another white
Howard's
Agapanthus.
showing off with his Agapanthus as well. So we're all showing off. But actually, Howard, I'm totally going to take a little tour around your garden here. Look at that. I love that little border there. You've got your Crocosmia going on at the back there. You've got the Lucifer, but you've also got that wonderful orange colour one. Can't remember the name of it. You've got your Dixonia going on in the background there as well. We've got some lovely hostas going on over here. Flowers just starting to go over. I started to trim mine down the other day. But yeah, look, that looks really pretty. I love that little border you've got there. That
looks like that Sum and Substance hosta, doesn't it? It's kind of got the white edging on the leaf.
No, I think it's the isn't it like the Patriot, the one in the collection that we do?
Yeah,
some Patriot.
Some the gold. What did we have? That we had Patriot, we had Blue Angel,
Wide brim.
Wide brim. That's what I'm thinking of. Not Sum and Substance. That's a great big Acer. That's what I've got in my own garden. Yeah.
That looks beautiful. Thank you so much,
I like
Howard.
the mix, and also Beck, so you can see what your little tree fern's going to become. Because yours is going to get to that size probably the next couple of 2 or 3 years.
Right, thank you so much. We have actually caught up with emails, so if anybody wants to send in more emails and pictures, we are here for another longer than that, hour and 20 minutes. We've got ages. We've got an hour and 20 minutes left, so if you want to send any more pictures, you are most welcome to. It's ygtv@yougarden.com. The email address is on the bottom of the screen there. If you've got any questions, you've got any comments, you want to show off what's going on in your garden, we love to see it, genuinely. It gives everybody else ideas of what to do in their garden. So please do send us your pictures. We really do love to see them. All right, let's move on to some more plants, shall we, please? We've got the Acer triple pack for you. We've also got the Acer Emerald Lace all on its own. But let's go through the options. Also, there are other Acers available within the show today as well. If you want to go to YouGarden.com, click on the Live Now button, scroll down a little bit, and it'll take you through all of the items that have been selected for the show, and everything you can see in that particular section has, free postage available. So multiple items of Acers for you. We've brought in 2 that we think are, lovely, best value, our favourites, that sort of thing, but there are others for you. The collection, you're going to get 3 different varieties. You're going to get the Atropurpureum, you're also going to get the Katsura, and you're going to get the Emerald Lace. Now, the reason that that has been put together is because what you get is the widest range of colours. And I want to put that down the front for you so you can see you've got the Atropurpureum, you've got the Katsura, and you've got the Emerald Lace there. And this is a really cleverly put together and carefully selected trio, isn't it?
They've all got kind of similar shaped leaves as well, which is nice. Yeah, the Atropurpureum there, look at that. I mean, and if you think those leaves are a kind of a reddish colour now, wait the autumn, because in the autumn they go an absolute scarlet kind of red, a really, especially the autumn sun when they shine through, almost unbelievable the colour then. And even in the winter time when the leaves have dropped, they have a lovely branched habit. It looks great with a little bit of snow or a little bit of like frost on the branches. Bone hardy, all of these. They don't care about snow, frost. They don't care if it's -5, -10, -15. They're not bothered. They come from really cold places. So yeah, that was your first one there, your Atropurpureum.
Emerald Lace we've got down the front there.
Look at that. That's probably one of the most finely dissected types of Acer that you can come across. That's your classic Acer, and that one has a sort of a habit that sort of spreads a little bit as well. It's not so much upright as sort of nicely spreading, and you can see those very delicate leaves, which again will turn a fabulous colour in the autumn. And quite often with all the Acers, they kind of have 3 colour seasons. The leaves come out in the spring, a most incredible colour. Then they kind of take on their summer hues, and then in the autumn they change again. This one will go a lovely kind of yellowy colour in the autumn before it finally drops. But again, you'll just love the branches even in the winter time. These look great planted with hostas, ferns, corydalius, lily of the valley, all those kind of shade loving plants. In fact, we've got a lovely loropetalum coming up soon, and they would look gorgeous growing with that as well, because they all enjoy those sort of similar kind of situations. And the final one is the Katsu, which has the really lovely orangey coloured leaves, especially in the, or katsu, that's a curry, isn't it?
I was just about to say, does it taste good? Is it
yeah, it's not your katsu.
Katsu chicken curry.
It's got a few more letters. It's a katsura.
We'll nip to Wagamama's after this to get a katsu chicken curry.
I could kill one of those now.
I know, right?
I love chicken katsura. Oh, gorgeous. Yeah, so super orange foliage on these. And the sort of the new foliage is the one that comes through the most vibrant and the most colourful. Then it tones down to these lovely greens. But again, come the autumn, it'll take on lovely autumn colours as well. I'm kind of confused about the discount club price of £22.65, because our Acers are daft expensive, and it would not be unusual in a number of garden centres to see one of these Acers for between £19.99 to £24.99 each.
Yeah.
Jake's just said £7.55. £7.55 per. That is crazy.
Yeah, it's your club price. That's what these break down to, £7.55 each. They are in the 1.5 litre pot. So Adam's holding the Katsura. This one is the Atropurpureum, and the one down there is the Emerald Lace. These are beautiful, big, established plants. And yet, you're right, you'd be paying £22 for
30 quid even. Yeah. I mean, if we were bringing you 9 centimetre, if we were bringing you 3 9-centimetre plants, I would still be saying that discount club price is amazing. The fact that these are 1.5 litre, and the fact that some of them are over half a metre tall, getting onto a metre tall for that price, and no postage to pay, it's madness.
It is, honestly. I mean, Acers tend to have a higher price tag because, well, first of all, they're difficult to propagate. You know, they're hard to get started. They're also quite slow growing. So to get large, mature plants like the ones that you're seeing here, you know, these are several years old. So to get them at baby prices is just crazy. £22.65 is your club discount price. So use the code, please, to get the £33.32 saving and the £6.99 saving. You're saving over 40 quid there just by sticking a code in. YGTV 3125.
Yeah.
Over £40 saving just with that one code there.
I just don't know anywhere today in the UK, any garden centre you could go to that I know of, even the one I love, 3 of those for that price is mad.
Yeah.
Mad.
All right, 510652 is the item number. Now, if you're not looking for a collection of Acers and you don't need 3 of them, that's fine. We've got a really good one for you here. This is the Acer palmatum dissectum.
No.
This is the emerald lace, essentially.
Jake, you put the wrong price up. That is not possible.
It's £19.83 for that
come
one.
on.
Look at it.
No.
Look at it.
Look. Goodness me, this is £50. This is £50 worth of Acer.
Oh my word.
40,
my Acer at home must be worth an
Acer.
absolute I shouldn't say that.
£19.83. And I mean, I'm just thinking, if you've got one of your vouchers as well, you could get this for £14.83.
Yeah. Delivered direct to your house. Thank you very much.
I'll tell you what, if you can run to it, order yourself like 20 of these and 20 of these and go down the boot sale.
Yeah.
Like you make a fortune. Look at this. See, there are certain. I mean, our plants are good value, but there's certain things we do that always blow me away. Rhododendrons are another plant that's ordinarily expensive, and yet, the prices on those are phenomenal. But our Acer prices are so out of kilter to what most people charge for Acers. I mean, the size of this one, the maturity of this one, for £19.83.
Yeah.
That's madness.
And the thing is, Acers are really simple and easy to look after. I think people look at these sometimes and think they're going to be tricky, but they aren't. They are fully winter hardy. You don't have to worry about cold conditions at all. They are completely winter hardy. It's just the sun and the wind they don't like too much
so
of.
that's it. So don't put them in a really full-on sunny position. Very early morning sun.
Particularly these ones, the finely dissected leaves.
Late evening sun is good. Sort of a sheltered place. And apologies there for banging on about the price, because I'm not, as you know, I'm not a big sales kind of person. That's not me. But when I just see something like that, I do get excited, because I just know from my own experience.
Absolutely.
That's. I mean, if I went to a garden centre today and I saw these like this, I'd probably buy 5. I would. I'd buy 5 of these, because normally, as I say, you'd go into a garden. In fact, a couple of years ago, John and I, my hubby, we went to a garden centre not far from us, and they had Acers like this along a wall in this garden centre, and they were charging £100 to £125 each. Yeah. And they've been there for a long time, because they were charging way too much. But so and this one is a stunner. Incredible. I'm almost like, I'm not normally lost for words, but
510226 is the item number. You have got a good saving here of £11.66. It's going to bring your discount club price down to £19.83. So under 20 quid, delivered direct to your door. That's the couple of Acers that we've got for you in the live, but we do have lots of other Acers available in the show as well. So if you want to have a look, go to YouGarden.com, click onto live now, have a little scroll down. That will give you all of the items that are available in our show and all of the items that have got the free postage. You'll see there's a whole section there that have got the Acers available for you. Everything in there is free postage. If you're shopping the website, you will have to pay postage on the items on the website, but this is why we tell everybody about YGTV. If you know gardeners, they're going to love this place, because, well, we've got the discount club, we bring you good prices. Hopefully, you know, we're a reason. Just a small one. I mean, not us. I just mean the fact that we tell you about the plants. That's all. It could be anybody, couldn't it? Yeah. But yeah, you get help, you get advice. If you've got questions, we're welcome. You know, we're happy to answer those questions for you as well.
A lot of the plants have little QR codes as well, don't they?
Hello.
Yeah, you've got little little QR codes on the labels as well. You can sort of scan the QR codes as well, and they'll kind of guide you off to more sort of cultural instructions and how to look after plants and so on.
Yeah, we try and give you as much help and advice as we can here. So, yeah, we'd love to grow the community a little bit more. So if you know anybody, do let them know about us. We're moving on to another hardy geranium here. I say another. I think I've always got a geranium Roseanne in my head. We're moving on to a hardy geranium, and this one is the geranium storm cloud.
I'm not liking those labels.
What? One that I planted in my garden last year, and it has started to flower this year. It needs to establish a little bit more, but it's started to flower and it looks so pretty. And for me, it's the combination of the foliage and the flower.
Yeah, the foliage, the new foliage comes through these sort of really sort of coppery kind of dark plum sort of colours, a real mixture of colours there. And the leaves on this aren't sort of 100 miles away from the sort of the Acer shaped leaf, very finely dissected leaves as well, so really, really attractive leaves. And this is a clump forming geranium. And funny enough, I was with Bex there on the geranium Roseanne thing, because I always got them in the back of my head. Geranium Roseanne spreads very, very wide and is quite low grown. This is more clump forming, upright, and then you get these incredible deep sort of semi-double purple flowers that are just gorgeous. And storm cloud is a great name for this, because during the summertime sometimes we get one of those real humdinger kind of thunderstorms come over and the sky goes that dark kind of colour. That's what this reminds me of. It's a moody looking plant, but it's also a plant that you can create fantastic contrasts. And just look at those purple flowers, again contrasting against that amazing foliage. This is a hardy plant. It will come back for you year after year after year. It might just need a little bit of staking, this one. That's the only thing I would say. Once it first starts growing up, if you can get a few little pea twigs or something, or just put those around it for it to grow up and through, that will keep it sort of nice and upright. Long flowering period, fantastic foliage. 3 of these gorgeous plants here. I'll whip one out the pot just to show you the root, because we always have lovely roots on these. Really, really established root system there. You can see the roots going all the way down to the bottom of the pot there, which is really good. And this one's actually got a little flower stalk on it. The flowers are just going over, but there's more buds sort of developing on the top there as well. And if you snip off those old flower shoots, that'll encourage more to keep coming through. So yeah, a really different, unusual geranium, this one, but tough, hardy, different and interesting. And we're going to talk about another plant a little later on the same row that I think this could do very well with and contrast nicely with.
The Ophiopodum.
Yeah, and also I'm thinking of the Laura Petalum.
Oh, the Lauro.
Those kind of 3 together could work well, because they've all got that dark, moody kind of foliage.
Nice. All right, 560986 is the item number for this one, which is the hardy geranium storm cloud. You're saving £10. It's £16.97. Your discount club price on that one. You will get 3 of those 9cm pots. Of course, it's a hardy geranium, so you don't have to worry about winter protection. It'll die down in winter and just keep coming back for you every single year. Love that one. That's the picture for me, when you can see that whole plant and the moody foliage. Oof. Right, moving on then, shall we? Poppies, bright red poppies for you as well. This is the Papaver Red Rumble Oriental Poppy. 3 9cm pots, and this is going to produce some of the reddest, most gorgeous flowers. And the centre of a poppy, when you get close up and have a look at that centre of that poppy, it's so intricate and beautiful, isn't it? I can see why pollinators want to get in there.
It's almost a bit like a passion flower in the centre, isn't it? It's got that really kind of interesting, kind of unusual look to it, all the stamens and things. And also, normally it's not a good thing to be blotchy. We don't like being blotchy, do we? But this has got blotchy flowers, but in a beautiful way. Those black sort of blotches over the petals there, just giving it that added interest. You've got that dark centre, you've got those little splats of black on the petals there as well. This is a really happy, cheerful, striking, super bright poppy, very, very deep red. Easy, hardy, will come back year after year, frost tolerant, grown in a lovely sunny, open, well-drained position. If you are going to grow these poppies, I've always found in my experience, give them a nice open space. Don't make them compete too much with other plants. Give them their own space, lots of light. They flower. Then if you trim them back after they've flowered, give them a really, really good drink and a feed. Quite often they'll come back and they'll give you a second flush of flower a little later in the season. But if you want something dramatic, different, unusual, and great big poppy flowers with that deep red and those little black spots, go for this one. It's a beautiful variety.
Yeah, winter hardy as well, so like very low maintenance, just super simple. 3 of them included. You may just love poppies, you might just love the colour red, or maybe the significance of red poppies and remembrance means something to you. I think there's lots of reasons to go for this one. 561213 is the item number. The fact that you're getting a £10 saving is also another one right there for you as well. And £16.97 delivered price for those. Free postage on everything that you get from us here in the Potting Shed, as long as you use the code. Always, it changes every week, but use that code that you can see on screen. YGTV3125 is this week's code. It's how you access all the savings and the free postage. Now, a firm favourite. I'm so sorry to all the regulars who hear us banging on about Nandinas all the time. You're not sick of Nandinas. We will never get sick of Nandinas. Nandinas are just bulletproof plants. They can cope with pretty much everything that we throw at them. Heat, cold, poor soil, rich soil, pollution, sea salt spray. They can...
Frost, wind.
Frost, yeah. Wind. They could throw a football at them and they don't really care about that either. If you've got kids in the house, you know. I know this, trust me. I've got Nandina. They can withstand a football every now and then.
They do the washing, they do the ironing. They're a great cook.
They're absolutely brilliant.
They are.
That one, is it Nandina Obsessed and I brought the wrong plant in?
No, that's the wrong picture.
I think we're supposed to have Fire Pat. No, he's got Obsessed on the L. It is supposed to be Nandina Obsessed on the map and everything. Oh. I've brought the wrong plant in. I'm gonna run outside and get it. Adam will talk to you about it.
Yeah, well, because basically, it's the same sort of thing. Whatever Nandinas you talk about, they're all very, very similar. So they can grow in shade. They can grow in part shade, they can grow in part sun, they can grow in full sun. They're all nice and compact as well. So most Nandinas don't get above sort of hip height generally, you know, a metre kind of, if that. Eventually they have a nice upright habit to them. They don't need pruning, they don't need shaping. They will kind of do their thing year after year after year. The new foliage comes through a fabulous kind of sort of reddish colour, and then it tones down to a beautiful kind of green. You can see the pictures here. This one, I love this picture because we've got the lovely red of the new foliage on this Nandina Obsessed, and that is contrasting fabulously well with the blue of that Festuca glauca, that blue grass. So it's another one of those plants that you can do different things with. You can kind of sort of, you know, put other contrasting plants in. In fact, in the moment we're going to be talking about some really, really nice black snake grass or dragon grass, which you could underplant this with and get that sort of contrast. But in the winter time, they look as good as they do in the summertime because you've got that foliage. They flower in the UK eventually, lovely kind of white heads of flower. They then go on to produce berries. And we normally say the Nandina Obsessed. I mean, I've planted lots of these in customers' gardens. Generally, I find they get to about maximum about a metre after a long, long, long time. So there we go.
That's it. That's the end of that one. So about a metre in height, absolutely bulletproof plant. By the way, the firepower is available in the show as well. It's a different item. But if you are looking for firepower, it is in the show plan in the Live Now button on the website. But Obsessed is the slightly taller one, just a different sort of sized leaf. That's the wrong picture. That's
it's the wrong picture. Yeah, just ignore that bit.
I've got it all wrong this morning.
They're all Nandinas.
They're all Nandinas and they're all amazing. Great to have a family of them. £12.74 is the item number if you'd like to go. Sorry, is the price if you'd like to go for the Nandina Obsessed. And the item number is 510759. Next up, we've got the Loropetalum. So actually, that would work well in a shady spot alongside the Nandina. And we do often talk about how these two would work quite nicely together.
Yeah, there's 4 plants on this table I think could go fantastic. I think you could go for the geranium, you could go for the Nandina, you could go for the Loropetalum, you could go for the Ophiopogon. And I think all those in a similar area would create a really gorgeous little planting area.
All right, this one's called the Black Pearl.
Isn't that lovely?
I wonder why.
Look at the foliage on that.
I wonder why we call this the Black Pearl. Whoa, look at that.
Yeah, white pearl would have been inappropriate, wouldn't it, really?
Look at how beautiful that foliage is.
Look how glistening that is.
Absolutely gorgeous plant. I really like the shape that it grows in because you've got these lovely sort of arching stems that come from it.
It's got that tiered kind of look to it, isn't it? And this one even got little flowers on, even this time of year, those kind of little ribbony, like red flowers. Somebody once said to me they're fragrant, but I've never...
hang on, let's have a sniff.
I don't think I've ever picked a whiff. I don't think I've ever picked up a fragrance myself. Is it fragrant? No.
I'm not getting anything.
No, that's what I thought. So, no, we'll skip that.
We'll skip that.
But, yeah, because we're not going to tell it's fragrant if it's not, because we don't do those sort of things. And that's the great thing about having a real plant in front of you in real time. You can pick it up and you can look at it and you can smell it and you can touch it and you can feel it. And this is typical of what we're sending out to you. Now, Loropetalums do very well in shade. They kind of a bit of an understory plant. My next door neighbour I used to live, he created this sort of acid-loving bed for rhododendrons and azaleas. And then he underplanted with Loropetalum, and that worked really, really well. The Loropetalums love that dappled shade, that coolness. They make incredible bedfellows with Acers. So again, we've got some daft Acer prices today. So if you've got the Acers and you want something else to contrast with the Acers, go for the Loropetalum. They'll love growing in the same position. They like kind of cool, damp, moisture retentive soil. They like a sheltered position. They are hardy. I believe these do. Do these have a lifetime guarantee? The little snowflake symbol?
I think they do.
I think they do.
I think they prefer a sheltered spot.
Yes.
So, you know, I wouldn't put them where it's somewhere where it's completely blowing a gale.
No.
So a shaded, sheltered spot will definitely see them through.
Yeah, and I've noticed in a colder winter, sometimes they can be semi-evergreen.
Yeah.
So they might drop some of their leaves, but they still keep some. But it's an amazing plant for so many reasons. The foliage colour, the flowers, the habit of it. Look at the picture there. You can see how glorious that is.
I love it when those lovely pink flowers are on there. Perfect in pots, part shade, yes, absolutely. Yes, we are recommending a slight protection from frost, but I think if you read the details, what it'll say is, you know, mild winter's absolutely fine. Avoid very wet, cold spots I can see there. A sheltered spot would be the perfect place for it. A layer of mulch. So it's not like it's you've got to move it indoors or anything.
No.
It just needs a sheltered spot, a layer of mulch, and that should see it through.
And again, travelling round over the years, I've seen lots of these in certain different gardens. I've seen them in kind of gardens you can visit as well, looking really good, looking really happy, and they do very well in containers.
Ruth has just commented that Loropetalum is amazing.
It's nice, isn't it?
Simon says, at this rate, I'm going to need a bigger garden. We all do, Simon. I'm trying to move house right now just so I can have and it's not massively bigger, but a slightly larger garden.
And you've already planted that garden up before you've even moved there.
I have, to be honest.
In your mind, you've already planted it.
The amount of pots and containers I've been growing things in, like, it's all filled already. Right, let's move on, shall we? That one's £12.74 if you want to go for that one. It's free postage if you use the code. But we've also got another dark, moody plant for you here, which is the Ophiopogon. And this is the wonderful black dragon grass. Not technically a grass, but it doesn't matter. It looks like one. I'm just going to move the Loropetalum out the way a little bit.
That would look great, though, wouldn't it? Growing underneath the Loropetalum.
I mean, it really would look wonderful. I adore this. I think the planting combinations that you can get with this plant would be incredible. The new growth, as you can see, there's these lovely bright green bits that are coming through. But as this grows and matures, it is going to be a truly black foliage plant.
And I've seen these grow everywhere. For instance, in my garden, I've got these on a north-facing border, very shady, cool, damp. They love it, and they're spreading. There's a lady's garden up the road that I look after, and she's got these in her garden, and her soil is as dry as bones, full sun, and they're growing there as well. Just as well. So it's a really, really versatile plant, this one, great in containers, and the foliage looks like this all the year through, so even in midwinter. But I quite like mine because where I've got mine in this north-facing border, I've got lots of hostas, lots of ferns, and by this time of year, the poor Ophiopogon, they almost kind of disappear underneath the foliage of the other plants, and I can barely see them. And then at the end of the summer, when all the ferns and the hostas die back, it's like, hey, there's my Ophiopogon, and they're quite good because they just keep that interest going in the winter time. They throw out little flower stems about 6-7 inches tall with little pinky purple flowers, and then you get these lovely clusters of really, really dark berries. The whole plant doesn't really get more than 6 inches tall at all, but it will spread out, form a little colony, and sometimes they almost form like kind of bit like spider plants. They almost produce these little kind of stems with little baby plants on the end, and you can propagate those and create more of them.
Oh, nice. All right, so £19 saving on this one as long as you use the code YGTV3125. And, of course, free postage. You'll get all 3 of those included. Wonderful winter hardy perennial plant there. 560219 is the item number. Go to YouGarden.com to place your order. If you like the phone lines, of course, you can use the phone lines. They are currently still open until 4 o'clock on a Sunday. So that is all open and running. Just tell them you've got that code to use and jot down the item numbers and they'll put those orders through for you. Apparently QVC Lives do 3 competitions per show, usually 2 plants or feed and a QVC mug. Is that like the live streams that they do on like Facebook and stuff? Because Sean's done a couple of them with him and what's his name, Mr. Plant Geek, Michael Perry. Is it those you're talking about? I'm just intrigued. As I say, I've not been there. I've not been doing as many shows. Sean's been doing most of them this year, so I just haven't seen much of what's going on. Suzanne says, I asked advice for a while ago about moving my Rudbeckia from shade to a more sunny spot. I fed it well and watered, and now it's thriving again. Thank you, everyone. Excellent. That's lovely to hear. Simon was asking, will Acers grow in pots? Yes, they will, my lovely. All of my Acers are in pots. I mean, they look great in the ground, but they can grow in pots quite happily as well. Just keep an eye on ants getting into the pots. That's all I'll say. I've lost 2 Acers in the last year because ants got into the pots. And unfortunately what they do is they burrow little holes. And it's not that they necessarily destroy the roots, it's because they create air pockets in there, which then ultimately destroys the roots because you'll water and then the water sits in those little air pockets and then it rots the roots. Yeah. So as soon as you see any sign of it, because I ignored it and I probably could have saved them if I'd done something a little bit earlier, so just keep an eye on that. So everybody, our great and glorious leader, Pete McDermott, spoke to Sean about compost and how amazing it is. We all need compost in our gardens, don't we? Should we see what you had to say to Sean Ryan about the wonderful compost?
We describe this as premium professional compost. And the reason for that is it is the compost that is known, this formula we have perfected over decades. So I've been using it for decades. We have perfected it over decades. You've got a blend of the best peats plus wood fibre that you can imagine. Now, by volume, approximately 50% of this compost is wood fibre, and the balance is made up of a blend of peats, and there are 3 different peats. So you've got things like sphagnum moss peat, which is renewable. You've got sedge peat, and then you've got darker sphagnum as well in there. So you've got 3 different peats. You've also got, you can see actually just there, there's slow-release fertiliser. These little green, what look like little eggs, you'll see those dotted among the compost when you're planting it. That's slow-release fertiliser. One of the most expensive ingredients in any compost is fertiliser. You can see that there's another one just down below. That is amazing because that will deploy nutrients to the roots of whatever you grow in this compost just when they need it over the next 6 months. You then got what's called a buffer. Now, peat in particular is naturally acidic, and plants like to be just on the acidic side of neutral as a generality. There are exceptions, so things like rhododendrons and azaleas, they love to be properly acidic in terms of the ericaceous soil or compost they're growing in, but most things like it just on the slightly acidic edge of neutral. So that's what this is designed to give you. So it's got a pH buffer to keep it in exactly that zone. The wood fibre keeps the sort of perfect air-water porosity ratio, which is what we talk about in the trade, all these complicated terms. But it's, what plants need is they need a jungle gym to grow in. So they need a jungle gym for their roots, which is called growing medium. They need some water, and they need some air, and they need nutrients. And when you've got the perfect compost, it blends the air and the water and the constituents of the compost. It all blends together to give the perfect environment. That's what this particular compost does, which is why it's trusted by us. We will be growing approximately 150,000 potted roses on this nursery this year. That's roughly what we grow most years. We'll be growing, I don't know how many hanging baskets, but our pre-planted hanging baskets that will be available later, you will have bought them in the autumn and last spring as well. They grow in this compost. We will grow countless perennials, whether they be in the 9 centimetre square pots or the 3 litre pots or the 5 litre pots, plus fruit trees. and this is the compost we use for all of those things. So we trust it, the trade trusts it, and actually based upon the well, literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of bags of this particular compost that you've bought over the years, you definitely trust it as well. And you know, and actually, peat is a thing. We need to think about peat. Not me. I happen to also be peat, but it's the peat that's in here that we're talking about. We can still use peat in our gardens right now, and actually the alternatives, generally speaking, are a bit iffy. So if you want to get the best results, in my view, use this particular compost for as long as you can. It's got 50% other material in it, which is the lowest level we could get to and still have a professional quality product for you and for ourselves. So we've been as eco-friendly as we can, and we jumped onto that particular that approach years and years and years ago. So this is the same formulation that we've had for at least the last 6 or 7 years, with 50% other material to bulk out the peat, and it still works better. So I would say this is, in my opinion, it's the only compost I use at home. It's the compost we use on the nursery. I can't recommend it highly enough.
I can't recommend it highly enough either. And I know a lot of you can't recommend it highly enough too. It's 100125, your price for your compost. If you're buying anything today and you're getting low on compost, why not stock up on it and get it delivered direct to your door? It's so much easier. My lovely delivery guy carries it around the back of the house for me as well. He's lovely. He's done lots of deliveries to my house, so I've become friends with the delivery man. It's wonderful. So 100125 to get your premium professional compost. Let's remind you of a few of the things you've seen already, and Adam is finishing off that table, so we'll go over and have a look at those in a little while too. Starting off here with the magical fire, the hydrangea paniculata. This is a very unusual variety, part of the magical series, so you do get the colour change with the flowers on here. They turn into this wonderful sort of raspberry pink, really fiery tones you get from those. They start off a kind of cream, and then they go to a green, and then you get this lovely pink tone as well. Paniculata means that it will flower on its new growth, so no complicated pruning here. Just prune it down to shape in sort of early springtime, and you're good. You'll get those flowers later on in the season. They look great with their flowers left on over winter as well. £20 saving, and £12.74 is your discounted club price. Free postage as well, as long as you use that code. The other hydrangea that we brought into the potting shed is the hot chocolate. This one is one that flowers on old growth, so bear that in mind. That's opposite to the one we just showed you. You've got a £10 saving on this one, and I do like the colour combination. Lovely colour tones to the foliage. There's some chocolatey tones and then some deeper olive green colours in there, and then those flowers. Wowee, beautiful pink, lavender, lilac, blue, sort of violet blue colour tones in there as well. This one can get big though. This one could get to, I mean, ultimately in a few years' time, it could get to maybe 3-4 metres. So it could be the one for the back of the border for you. A dappled or a part shade position for all your hydrangeas, please, and do keep them regularly watered. They look very sad if you don't water them. They don't like it. So keep your watering consistent with your hydrangeas. 511507 is the item number, and it's £16.99 your discounted club price. We've got the Lobelia Queen Victoria, sticking with the darker coloured foliage theme. We've got the beautiful dark colour of those leaves, and then the bright red, the proper scarlet bright red, like post box red colour that you get from the flowers. Multiples of them on those nice tall stems. They can reach about, they can probably out to about 90 centimetres in height once these get established, and you'll get multiple stems from them. They're pretty tough, pretty hardy. I would put a layer of mulch over them over winter just to ensure their survival. I'd also use strulch rather than just any old mulch, just because slugs and snails, they do like the new growth that comes out. Once they're in and they start growing, they're not too much of a problem. But this is a dramatic plant, an absolute thriller. This is not a shrinking violet at all. This one stands out and draws attention. 560859. It's a 9 centimetre pot, and it's £8.49 your delivered price on that one. Next up, we have got for you the most wonderful calamondin orange plant for you. The calamondin orange tree comes in the 9 centimetre pot, so this one is going to be a little project for you. Oh no, it wasn't the calamondin orange, it's the red grass. Let's go to that one, it's fine. You can find all of these items on our website, don't worry, but we're going to go to the Red Baron Bloodgrass, where you're going to get the 3 9cm pots. It's a half price deal, so you're going to get £15 saving on here, taking it down to slightly under half price, £14.97. But then when you add your discount club price in there, you're going to get it down to £12.72, which is brilliant, isn't it? Now, these form little clumps. They grow to about 50-60 centimetres in height. They're spread by about maybe 30 centimetres. You can divide those clumps actually once it's got established, and I would recommend doing it every 2-3 years, just because it actually maintains the vigour of the plant. Not just because you get free plants by doing it, but because your plant will be so much healthier and happier if you do divide them. A wonderful colour tone you get from it. Honestly, you can get these really bright red stems on here, and the autumn colour that you get, it's this really deep, rich burgundy. Very simple, very winter hardy. They just need a little pruned, and they're kind of, I'm not going to say they're herbaceous particularly, but they do die back down in winter. And then all you've got to do is in sort of springtime, just trim them down to maybe about, I don't know, 8-10 centimetres, something like that. And all the new growth will come through and give you all that glorious colour later on in the year as well. Pots, containers, borders, not a problem. Sun or part shade will be fine, but you'll get the brightest colour if you plant it into a sunny spot. 560017 is the item number, and £12.72 is your discount club price. Next is the calamondin. Here you go, in the 9cm pot. £8.49 is your discount club price. Now, that's what they look like before they start to ripen. Obviously, they are going to turn into those lovely oranges. They're smaller oranges. This is a mixture between a kumquat and a tangerine, in actual fact. So what you're getting is a really nice balance between sort of sweet and tanginess. They're not the sweetest oranges. They've got this lovely sort of zesty, tangy flavour to them as well. It is a project. It's going to take a little while to turn into the tree that you're looking at there. 5-6 years, we reckon, and you will be producing those beautifully fragrant flowers in springtime, and they are super fragrant. Got a sweet fragrance to them, and then the citrus that you're going to get later on in the year. The leaves could be used as well in cooking. You just get fragrance from this plant for ages. Evergreen foliage, and they are going to need a bit of winter protection, so make sure that you bring them into a cool room in winter time. Feed them with a citrus feed or an ericaceous feed, and make sure when you're repotting you're using ericaceous compost. They are acid-loving plants. 340071 is the item number. Pheasant berry, the golden lanterns, or the Lycisteria. This is, well, it's now going on my list. This is absolutely going to feature a place in my garden. I adore this plant so much now. It is, I mean, it's got a long season of interest, so you get this golden glow from the leaves when they emerge in springtime. I mean, it's still green, but it's got a golden glow to it. And then these lantern-like dangling clusters of flowers. There's the burgundy colour is the bracts, and then you've got those white flowers on there. It then forms berries later on in the year as well, which birds absolutely adore. We learnt recently, and please do your research before you eat any of your own plants, but I did have a little look, and apparently those berries are edible, and they taste, when they're ripe, they can taste quite sweet, like caramel or toffee or something like that. Gorgeous plant, honestly. Winter hardy, grows to about 2 metres by 2 metres ultimately is the height it could get to, so mixed borders will be great, but you could grow it in a container as well if you want to. 511523 is the item number, saving £12 there. It's a lot of plant for your money on that one. Another one that's a lot of plant for your money, here we go, Acer triple pack. Love this combination. A clever combination, 3 entirely different varieties, and you're getting the widest range of colour tones here. The Katsura give gorgeous orange tones that will turn into. You've got the Atropurpureum, which has got those burgundy coloured leaves, and actually the new growth comes through, and it's a brighter red, and then it gives you a real blaze of colour before it drops its leaves for autumn as well. The beeping, by the way, if you can hear that through my microphone, don't worry, that's somebody locking up. And then we've got the Emerald Lace for you, which is the dissected one. This is part of the dissectum family, where you've got the really finely dissected leaves and a beautiful bright green colour to it. So the widest range of colour tones, but what I love about Acers is that they constantly change their colour throughout the season, from when they give you their leaves to when they drop them in autumn, and a proper blaze of colour you get from them as well. Winter hardy, very easy to look after. They just want a bit of protection from wind and sun, so don't put them in the windiest spot and don't put them in the sunniest spot, and you'll be really happy you got those. 22.65, that's £7.55 per plant. And if you were watching us earlier and you saw the size of them, that price should absolutely blow you away. 510652 is the item number here. The Papaver Red Rumble, this one is, well, right, I grew my first poppy in this garden. I've had poppies before, but this garden, he's doing it again. He's got the loppers out. He's trimming again. The poppy, in this garden I grew my first poppy, and I just think these are stunning. The centre of the flower is so just interesting. There's so much going on in the centre. If I was Thumbelina, I would be curling up inside that poppy. You can see why bees and butterflies and pollinators absolutely adore them. Wonderful big blooms. They can be up to 15 centimetres across, and this is a real red as well. This is the proper red you're getting from this, with those characteristic dark splotches and that wonderful, you know, intricate and gorgeous centre there. $16.97. You're going to get three different 9 centimetre pots included, and you're saving £10 there, paying just $16.97 as your club price. Then we have the Loropetalum, so we've got the black pearl. Now, yes, it is real deep, dark black, and I mean almost a very true black you're getting from that. Then you're getting these wonderful flowers. Normally you get a good flowering season from this in springtime, and you get a second one sort of late summer, early autumn, but actually you'll find that it throws out flowers randomly throughout the summer as well. So 510604 is the item number. To go for that one is $12.74, your discounted club price. They can be grown in containers, but these are going to work great in those slightly more shady spots in your garden. So alongside your Acers, alongside your hostas, you know, those sorts of more shade-loving plants, it's going to be the perfect spot. Do give it a little bit of winter protection, put it in a sheltered spot, and that's going to be the perfect place for it. 510604 is the item number on that one. Right, we are about to move into our last half an hour, so we haven't got ages left with you. If you want to send us any emails, comments, questions, you can do. We are live right now on the YouGarden website. We are live on Facebook, and we are live on YouTube. So you can join the chat on Facebook, you can join the chat on YouTube, and if you want to send us any of those emails, then the email address is on the bottom of the screen, ygtv@yougarden.com.
Any dance moves on TikTok this afternoon?
Did you watch that
I saw
video?
that. You and Matt doing the little...
I'm trying to do the airwalk. It's a bit of a craze on TikTok at the moment.
Yeah, you look good, the pair of you.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm going to keep practicing. Right, we've brought you back to our favourites table, where we're going to start off with the Echinacea Green Twister, where you're going to get 3 9 centimetre pots, as you can see here. Really beautifully established plants. Let me whip this one out.
Oh.
Yeah, rooty beauties right there. What I love about Echinacea is that they have really strong, sturdy stems, these. All right, I'm going to show it to you. I broke it. That doesn't normally happen. I mean, it doesn't normally happen. Honestly, they have really nice, strong, sturdy stems.
This needs to go in the blooper list.
These can absolutely cope with British weather. But that one not so much. But yes, they do have lovely, strong, sturdy stems, and I actually really enjoy that because it means that you can use them as cut flowers. You can bring them indoors, and they will work nicely in your cut flower displays. They actually do last quite a long time on the plant itself as well.
And I've seen Echinacea as a supplement, apparently. Yeah. Which you can buy as well. I don't know, you make that out of your own plants, but you can have an investigation.
You can indeed, why not?
But yeah, these are really, really good plants for a really hot, sunny, well-drained position. Actually, they do very well on poor soil. I can think of a garden that I used to look after ages back. A lady's moved now, but in a garden near Dunmow in Essex. And the area we planted these, it was really sandy soil, incredibly well-drained, sandy, very open, very sunny. We planted echinaceas, we put grasses in there, we put eryngiums in there as well, and they all grew fabulously well in those kind of situations. So a good coastal plant, good drought tolerant plant, loved by the pollinating insects, hardy, will come back year after year. And this particular variety is fantastic because it's not just one colour, it's about 3 different colours in one flower, which is phenomenal, unusual.
It's a lovely one, honestly. This one's a big saving for you as well. So we've done a half price discount for you, taking £15 off. But we're also giving you $12.72 as your discount club price because you get 15% discount on everything that you buy by being a club member, whether that's in the live or on the website. So you can shop the entire shop here and still get your 15% discount off your plants, your pots, your compost, and a bit of a 7.5% discount on like outdoor machinery and outdoor living and stuff like that as well. 560407 is the item number for the Echinacea Green Twister. Next up, we're moving on to the Agapanthus, which is the Poppin' Purple. Poppin' Purple, I love that.
I like the name, Poppin' Purple. So look at the root system on these as well. Like, insane root system on there. Look at that. I mean, just phenomenal. That's what you get on these. And they actually like being really, really pot bound. In fact, the more pot bound you keep them, the more likely they are to flower. If you kind of give these lots of love, if you give them loads of manure, well-rotted manure and lots of space and stuff and all that kind of stuff, you'll get lots of foliage. You won't get so many flowers. So if you're going to plant them outside in the garden, poor soil is great. Open, sunny, well-drained position is what they love. These are a hardy Agapanthus, this one as well, but they make fantastic container plants. And once you've got them in that container, you can leave them in that container for a long, long time without worrying. I've got a customer that I still look after, is one of my oldest customers, been going there probably 38 years now. In all the years I've been there, there's been these 2 or 3 concrete pots with white Agapanthus, white and black Agapanthus in, and they've been in those pots forever. And yet every year they just flower like crazy. They don't get watered, they don't get fed. I think once a year in the spring we take off the old growth after winter and cut the old flower stems off, and that's it. And then you go to the Channel Islands and places like that, these grow wild in the sand dunes and on the cliffs and all over the place in really sandy, low nutrient soils. Beautiful colour, this one. It's not blue, it's not white, it's that really kind of gorgeous purple colour, which is still quite unusual for Agapanthus because they normally are very white or very blue, but these are a little bit different. Saw the one that Bex has grown, she brought it in last week, and the flowers and the stems.
Oh, I should have brought it in again
wonderful.
today, shouldn't I?
And these never need staking, by the way. They have really thick, rigid, upright stems.
Yeah.
You can, if you can bring yourself to do it, you can have these as cut flowers, and they are expensive if you buy them as cut flowers, but personally I'll just leave them on the plant and enjoy them in the garden.
Yeah, I do. I say I don't cut them to bring them in, but this is the first year I've got them to flower, so
there's no way you want to chop them off. No.
They're staying on the plant.
Yeah.
All right, 560963 is the item number. You are saving £16 on that one. As long as you put the code in, please use the code because it gives you the best savings. We want you to get the best price. We want you to get that free postage, and you get that by entering that code YGTV3125. All 3 of those will be winging their way to you. We've also got our rose of the week, so brand new rose every single week we bring you. We're at an amazing price. So right now it's all the potted roses. I wonder if we'll start doing it with the bare roots and things once we get into bare root season.
I'm looking forward to getting back to bare root again.
I know, and then we'll be sick of talking about bare roots and bulbs. That's the way it goes, isn't it? But I'm quite looking forward to it now.
But anyway, my summer sweetheart, what would you like to talk about now?
Oh, my darling, I would love to talk about climbing roses. And where's the best place for them?
Well, definitely a pergola, an arbour, a fence, growing up through something else, for example. Perhaps you want to combine this rose with some winter flowering clematis.
Oh, that would be nice.
Could be quite nice. Yeah, perhaps you've got an ugly structure in your garden you want to hide. I don't know, perhaps you've got one of those kind of sort of tanks in your garden, like a fuel tank, that's an oil tank, that's what I'm thinking of. Something like that you want to hide. Have you got a wheelie bin area you want to hide? Well, this is great, this climbing rose.
Because they're really ugly.
Oh, they are. Hey!
Oh. No, silence
good.
In my ear.
No, that Stuart would be proud of that one.
Do you reckon?
He would give you a merit mark. Look at this rose right now. I mean, it's the beginning of August, smothered in buds, super healthy foliage. I'm not seeing black spot or rust or anything like that. I'm seeing many, many flower buds on there, so definitely flower colour going to be going for many, many more weeks to come. And only about 2 metres tall, this one, so it's not going to be one of those really rampant climbing roses that you're going to have to tie in those great big sort of stems that go mad. And this is easy. You could even grow this, I would say, in a 35 litre heavy-duty pot if you wanted to.
Oh, nice.
And just enjoy it in a container. It does have a fragrance.
It
Bex
does.
had a
Do you know
whiff
what?
earlier.
I was surprised because, yes, I'm getting that scent now.
I'm not going to smell that middle flower because the petals are just about to drop off that, and I don't want to knock them off before the end of the show.
Like me. Anne just said, don't invite Bex to your garden, she'll behead all your plants.
Yeah, you'll behead them and I'll come behind the secateurs and cut them down. So, like, yeah, we're sort of like, I'm a Grim Reapers for your garden. And look at this little flower bud. When you look into these little tiny buds on this rose, How beautiful is that?
Yeah, it's
Look
so
at that.
pretty.
So cute.
Absolutely
so
delightful. Right, your discount club price here is £14.45. A potted rose from your Harkness Roses, an award-winning company, for £14.45, looking like it is. That is a phenomenal price. I mean, it's less than half the RRP here. I think, you know, normally, unless you're going to find something on an amazing discount, and you don't often find potted roses on discounts, you would be paying the £25, £30 for something like this. But this is why we're bringing you a different rose every single week, so that you can actually take advantage of some of the wonderful roses that we have in our collection here. 531005 is the item number. We'll have a new Rose of the Week launching on Thursday when we'll do our next YGTV show.
One final tip on that before we move on: make sure the little knuckly bit at the base is between an
bury
inch
the knuckles
and a half an inch below soil level. That's important.
Yeah, for some reason we always put them up and they're above.
That's because we can't get pots deep enough for the roots. And that is actually it.
Bury that knuckle by about, you know, an inch, basically.
I mean, rose pots are quite often the deepest pots you find out there for the width anyway.
Yeah.
But even so, I mean, when you lift them up bare root and you've got a root that size, it's impossible to get it all the way under the compost. But they survive like that to this stage, quite happily. But, you know, when you're planting them permanently, that's when it needs to be buried. All
right, so 531005 is the item number for our Rose of the Week. Next up, we've got the Blackberry Cascade. Genuinely, so I'm doing a talk soon at a flower show, the Rutland Flower Show. It's happening in a couple of weeks.
Yay!
I'm
Good
very
on
nervous.
you.
But something...
Lead lady, by the way, there. She's hiding a light.
One off.
She's hiding a light under a bushel. She was requested to actually head this up. So there you go.
One of the people. Anyway, so I'm doing a talk there, and one of the things that I'm really highlighting in the talk, because obviously I'm talking about YouGarden and the YouGarden plants, one of the things I'm talking about that I really enjoy, because it helps me in my garden, is the miniature plants that we bring. And I was looking around my garden and what I've got: the Syringa palabin, miniature lilac tree that flowers twice, the tiny pampa, miniature pampas. I've got 2 of them. I would never have 2 pampas in my garden, but I can with these. I've got the Wisteria Amethyst Falls, a miniature wisteria, because, you know, why not? I've got the peach tree that's grown on the dwarfing rootstock. I've got the the cherry little Stella grown on the dwarfing rootstock. You know, I've got all of these little miniature plants, which means I can actually fit all of them into my garden. Because normally I wouldn't be able to have a cherry tree, a pampas grass, you know, all of these things. And this falls into the same category for me. I would never plant a traditional blackberry bush in my garden, because they're rampant. I think they're bullies.
Oh,
they take
and they're spiteful
over
as well.
And they're spiteful. They're spiteful little bullies. But spiteful big bullies. These are not. They are thornless and they're compact.
And you can already see here, this one, I've sort of separated it from its friends, because you can see how it's got that trailing habit already. In fact, what I'll do, I'll sit it right on the edge of the bench there, and then Jake can show you kind of what it looks like. So you can see there, even though that's in that 9-centimetre pot, it's already developing that lovely kind of trailing habit. It's got those beautiful, beautiful purple flowers, and the flowers in themselves are really, really nice. And you can actually see the little blackberries developing on there. So this is what this will do in a hanging basket. It will send out those canes that will gently cascade over the side of the hanging basket. No thorns on these. No thorns, no spines, no tears when you come to pick these. And you can get up to, there you go, look at that. How amazing is that? That's even before you've transplanted that on into a hanging basket or a raised container. Up to 1 kilogram of fruit per plant once these become established. They're frost hardy, they're kind of, disease resistant. You'll get blackberries that taste like blackberries you've never eaten before, because you can grow them to that perfect moment when they're kind of super sweet and really, really delicious. And we're going to move on now to something else.
We are indeed. I mean, that one is an £18 saving. That's a big saving, and you're paying just £10.17 for 3 of those. So make sure you use your code, please, to get your discounts and get your free postage. Last one on the favourites table is the Salvia amistad, and this is a dramatic, bold, intense, beautiful flower.
It is. This is how yours will arrive, by the way. These were sort of late Chelsea chopped a few weeks back, but they're already reshooting, and I'm 99.9% sure these new shoots will give you flowers again this year.
Probably new branches happening.
Yeah, about end of August into September, I think you'll get some flowers on those. Not the flower spikes won't be as dramatic as they would have been on the original stems, but they'll still be pretty for you. This is a really fabulous plant for mid to late summer, early autumn, mid-autumn colour. Flowers over a long period of time. This can get to a couple of metres tall. Give this some space. This is no kind of what I'm thinking of. What's that word when you say for something that's not
shrinking
shy?
violet.
That's the word. This isn't a shrinking violet. This is actually a giant salvia. I mean, really, really big, dramatic, beautiful deep purple flower spikes on there as well. Lovely foliage. Even the stems have got a lovely deep colour to them.
Yeah, they have, haven't they?
Yeah, adored by the pollinating insects. You'll see their little bums will be buzzing about in those all day long. Nice open.
I think it looks like a crab claw.
Yeah, it does a little bit. Yeah, it's got that kind of little look to it. I like the way the flowers all one side of the stem as well. It's got that, which is quite unusual. Arching kind of flower heads on there. Nice, bright, open, sunny position. Well-drained soil. My husband's grown one of these in his front garden for the last 2 or 3 years, and it's come back year after year. And I think the reason being is because John's given it that good position. He's given it sun, he's given it good drainage, but they're not fussed about really, really rich soil. If you give them too rich a soil, you'll get lots of leaves and less flowers.
Love this plant, honestly. I think this is a fantastic one, the Salvia amistad. You get a couple of quid discount on that one, and you will only be paying £11.04 to get that one home. If you just want one item today, this is why I love the fact that we've removed the, get your order to £40 and get free postage. You can get free postage on absolutely everything that you order. So if you ordered one item in the live today, you'd get free postage. If you ordered every single item in the live today, you'd still get free postage, which is, I just think it's brilliant, honestly. Right, we're bringing you to our gorgeous orchard now. We're going to start with Adam's one. We've got the Braeburn tree. So basically what we're bringing you is the nation's favourite eating apple and the nation's favourite cooking apple.
I'm just going to drop this down on the floor as well, because I'm about 5'7" and like some squiddly bits. Yeah. And you can see here, so that will give you an idea. That's actually tall, well, probably, yeah, almost slightly taller than me. So I can stretch as well. I can do tiptoe.
No, I'm not on tiptoe.
I can pirouette as well.
I'm flat foot.
Yes, but you've got heeled trainers.
No, I haven't. They're flat trainers. I think Adam's shrinking and he doesn't realise.
Well, do you know what? I think I am actually.
Adam's shrinking.
I am, because John, my other half, he seems to be getting taller these days.
He is really tall.
Yeah, and he even says to me the other day, he said to me, "Are you shrinking or am I getting taller?" It's like, yeah, it's that gravity thing, isn't it? It's gradually, it's all that air pressure.
It happens.
Yeah, I'll have to start sleeping with my feet hanging from a beam in the bedroom, like a bat, I think.
Get yourself an inversion table. Yeah. Stretch your spine out.
So, hopefully...
I completely took you off track then.
I'm just hopefully thinking that these are going to go out this size.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to chop the top off of them.
I mean, I can't guarantee it, but I think they should. And we do have boxes that
will fit.
That should fit these. Yes, absolutely.
But look at this. This is Braeburn, the most gorgeous apple, super crunchy. And Braeburn, I bought a pack of Braeburn apples last night. I was in Asda's and I bought a pack of 6 Braeburn apples.
Did you?
There you go, and they were on offer. And I love Braeburns.
It's the one you go for, though, isn't it? Because they've got a really nice... It's the texture as well as the taste.
Yeah, always crunchy, crunchy and crisp. I hate it when you always know when it's going to be a really naff apple, don't you? Because you get hold of the apple and it feels spongy,
Yeah,
and you think, that's all going to be all woolly.
It's not nice.
And you take one bite, you spit it out, don't you? You just throw the apple away. These are always crisp, crunchy, full of juice, but they play tricks with your mouth, the Braeburn, because they've got that sweetness, but then they've got that little touch of kind of tartness as well that gets you at the back of your mouth, under your ears. It gives you that funny kind of sensation. So they're always delicious. This variety originated in New Zealand many, many years ago, but these are on compact root systems as well, so only about 2.5 metres, 3 metres, very, very max. These are never going to turn into great big trees where you've got to get ladders and things like that to pick the fruit. So always easy to pick. 50% saving. 50%. Wow. Again, look, $16.99.
Yeah, even more with your club discount. Yeah, 15% off the RRP and then a bit more for your club discount.
Yeah, put one of your £5 vouchers in, £11.99 for a tree this size.
Amazing, wouldn't
it? This is 35, 40 quid in a lot of garden centres. You go down those rows of trees. So you've got your Braeburn, which is your perfect eating apple. And strangely enough, we've got the world's most famous famous cooking apple as well.
Yeah, we have the wonderful Bramley apple tree here. Same deal, so you've got your half price discount, but then you're going to get a little bit more because of your club discount, and it comes down to £16.99. This poor stem, look, that's growing an apple. It's gone a bit droopy. The thing is, right, and we always say this about your fruit trees and things, your plant needs time to establish before you allow it to produce too many fruits. And actually, this gives you the exact kind of, this is the reason why. Of course, it can produce fruits, but should it in its first year? No, because we've weakened this stem now by allowing that to happen. So yes, they are capable of producing fruits. Get this in now, get it established. You will produce some fruits next year, and of course the branches will be a little bit stronger and more able to deal with that, right?
And also you can see here again at the bottom where it's been, I need to turn that right way so I don't whack you with that wangy bit. Yeah, you can see here the way that's been grafted. So again, this has been grafted onto a dwarfing rootstock. So that's going to stop this Bramley apple getting really big. An old-fashioned, mature Bramley apple tree can be probably 15, 20 foot tall, same kind of width to it. They're desperately trying as well to keep the very original Bramley apple tree still alive. It's got a disease, but they're doing their utmost to try and keep it going because they all come from one single tree that was discovered many, many years ago.
A couple of hundred years ago, it's a couple of hundred years old. It is a world famous Bramley apple. So pretty much if I don't know, you buy Mr. Kipling's apple pies or you buy an apple pie in the supermarket, it's going to be Bramley apple. It's beautiful fruit. It's got the perfect texture as well, hasn't it, for cooking? A nice sort of fluffy texture, which is why it's the best.
Yeah, because the flesh goes soft, but it doesn't go to pulp. So it's still got that texture to it, but it's not crunchy. So it's just an absolute ideal apple for cooking. So I mean, if you're looking to start your own little orchard this year and you want the perfect eating apple and you want the perfect cooking apple, go for these two. And both of these you can grow in one of our heavy duty pots. I'd probably go for the 35 litre, perhaps the 50 litre, and I think they're available on the website as well.
Yeah, they'll be available
in different connotations.
And we'll be bringing them into the potting shed at some point soon anyway. They're a feature. In fact, I think they might even be on the show.
It's weird when we kind of do the YouGarden because all of a sudden you remember you can say website, and then in the afternoon when you do TikTok, you're
not allowed to say that.
Can't say website, so you have to keep reminding your brain what you can say. But these becks are, these are beautiful, and they've got all the way through to this time of year. Look how beautifully they've been kept.
Yeah, really nice, honestly. 3000, 22 is the item number for the Bramley apple if you want to go for the cooker, and of course you've got the Braeburn available as well for you, both at £16.99. Now you're going to want to put these into the ground or into a pot, and you're going to need some compost to add in either way, whether they're going in the ground or whether they're going in a pot. And so please consider grabbing hold of the premium professional compost. It is available for you. 100125 is the item number. 2 50-litre bags there for you. 2 50-litre bags, and they will be delivered direct to your door. 100125, as I say. 2123 is your discount club price on that one. Seeds through to trees, everything in between. Your plants will be having spring break in the compost. Woohoo! Party time! They will grow bigger. They will grow better. They will give you more fruits, more vegetables, more and bigger flowers. It's free draining. It's got this wonderful texture. It's got a slow release fertiliser. It's got different types of peat in there, reduced peat, but still in there to give us all of those maximum results.
I'm going to show you a picture in the next 10 days, Bex, because I had an Aglaia anema, that pink-flowered houseplant, on the windowsill for ages. It did nothing. About a year ago now, I put it into a professional compost, and I didn't know this, but it's now got a big fat flower bud on it.
Very good.
So I think it's going to be probably like one of those spade and spadix type flower. So I'll send you a picture of that.
Yeah, please.
But that's what that compost did. This plant just malingered for ages, went into our professional compost, and now it's going to flower. So from kind of nothing to looking spectacular.
That's the difference it makes. 100125 is your item number for that one. Right, we're moving back over to this table, and now we're on the right Nandina. It's the Nandina Firepower now, okay? So we've got this beautiful Firepower here, which, at this time of year, you have this wonderful sort of colour tone to it, and there's a mixture of greens going on in there. But this is the thing about Firepower. It constantly changes its colour no matter the season.
It's a real chameleon, this one. It will change foliage colour when the weather turns colder. It will change foliage colour if it's more kind of drought-stricken than, you know, in a sort of a really kind of well-watered area. It can produce berries, although, again, I think that might be a picture from a different Nandina there. Looking at that, that's not the Nandina we're looking at. This one is...
That's firepower.
Yeah, this is firepower. I think the one before was just the normal domestica type. But yeah, so firepower at the end of the winter or in a much sunnier position or much drier soil will take on these much deeper kind of red sort of colours, these really, really strong red colours. In sort of shadier positions, it will be kind of more green. But in any case, throughout the year, it will always be covered in foliage. That's always interesting, that's different. Very wind tolerant, this one. I mean, you know, we've got the first storm of the season coming up tomorrow in the northern part of the country, sadly. But these will take a lot of wind and they're not going to be damaged. Nice and compact, this one. I've never seen this grow more than about a couple of 2 or 3 foot tall. Doesn't need pruning, doesn't need shaping. It will get through the frost, it will get through full sun, it will get through part shade. It will grow on very poor soils. It can flower eventually. It's a stunner. It's just a good all-round doer, this one. And I haven't said this for a few weeks, but literally this one, you plant it, you love it, you leave it. That's all you've got to do with this.
Yeah, I do love it. This is the one that I've got. Out of all of the Nandina range, this is the one that I've currently got in my garden because it's just an absolute bulletproof, gorgeous plant that looks good no matter the season. And I don't have to do anything to it. As a lot of us are, I'm a busy working mum. I've got a garden I'm trying to make look beautiful and keep the kids going and go to work. And, you know, of course, I need some plants in the garden that are going to be nice and simple and easy, and that is definitely one of them.
And I've never, ever seen them get any type of diseases.
No, very true. They don't get eaten.
No, I've never seen them with aphids.
Nope.
I've never seen slugs or snails attack them. I've never seen caterpillars bother them. Yeah, they are really, really good plants.
Right, 510823 is the item number. The discount club price is $12.73. We've taken a £5 off it for you. As long as you use the code, please, YGTV3125. You'll also get the £6.99 postage taken away as well. So that's, what was that, £12 basically, nearly, that you'll be saving just by putting a code in. That's easy, isn't it? We can all do that. Right, Lobelia is up next for you. This is the Lobelia speciosa, the Queen Vic. Love Lobelia, definitely. I haven't got it, haven't grown it, but I keep seeing it everywhere. Keep thinking that needs to go into my next garden. Yeah,
it's beautiful, this plant. I mean, we've got, there might be a chance that yours, when it comes to you, might have a flower head on it. Some are flowering, some aren't, but we brought one in to the little potting shed to show you in real live time. One that's got a beautiful flower stem on this one. This has got, and it's deep red. I mean, goodness me, if you want something that's proper, truly red,
look at how red that is.
Yeah, you're not going to get more red than that.
So red.
And then contrast with that plum kind of coloured foliage, that coppery plum coloured foliage as well. Again, which changes colour. It's one of those chameleon-like plants. These do very well in very wet, boggy situations. They're like a marginal plant sometimes that you can grow in those swampy areas around the edge of ponds. You can grow it in containers, you can grow it in beds and borders. There's a lovely one in a front garden down the road from where I live, in a pot. It's got about 6 or 7 stems on it at the moment. They're about 18 inches tall, covered in loads of these sort of deep red flowers. I have seen this come up in people's gardens year after year after year. If you're in a colder area, you might just want to think about protecting the base of the plant during the winter, during the really, really cold weather. In milder areas, you're probably fine. It'll come back year after year. Just one thing Bex mentioned earlier on that might be worth thinking about. In the spring, as the new shoots come through, give it a little bit of slug and snail protection, perhaps a bit of strolch, a little donut ring of strolch around the base. Once the shoots get up so high, they're fine, but they can get a bit sort of nibbled away when they first come through in the spring.
But nice and easy to do. And I see so many of these established plants, so it can't be that much of a problem, because otherwise you just wouldn't see so many of them. They are gorgeous. 560859 is the item number if you'd like to go for that one. It's £8.49 your discount club price. Use the code to get your free postage though, please. Let's not pay that £6.99 delivery. We've got the citrus back for you. This is the Calamondin orange tree that we've got. Now this is the 9cm pot version. We've got the big established one available. I think there's a few left of those on the website if you'd like to have a look at the entire range of citrus. We've got loads of citrus plants actually.
All sorts.
I went into that tunnel earlier to get some plants. I think we've had a new delivery because there's lots of citrus plants. So if you want the more established ones, they're on the website, they're available for you. But if you'd like a project, why not go for the 9 centimetre? Because you can then grow this into that beautiful established plant that will produce those fruits.
Yeah, well, what I would do with this one is, and actually, you could just grab that bamboo cane to the left of you there, Bex, on that, just on the bench there. On the,
oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I was just thinking, cheers, thanks for that. Because I was thinking with this one, if you wanted to, you can actually train this into your own little standard. Because if you sort of put a bamboo cane in and then you sort of tied this, so rooty, you tied this to the bamboo cane, kept it really nice and upright, and then took off these lower 3 shoots, you could start that as a journey to grow your own calamondin standard.
Yeah.
And what I would do, I would take perhaps some of the lower leaves off, and as it grows up, keep taking the lower leaves off. Leave about 6 or 7 sets of leaves, and then eventually you could pinch the top out. Then it will become multi-branched, and you've got your own homegrown, done it yourself, standard calamondin.
And once you pinch the top out, that then stops it from getting too much taller, because then it branches rather than goes taller, doesn't it?
It'll branch out, and then you could...
And that's the same with most things you're growing into.
Precisely. And then what you could do, once those side shoots at the top get to 5 or 6 inches tall, you could pinch them out again. They'll produce more side shoots, and then you get that lovely ball-shaped, bushy kind of plant on the top.
Yeah.
So if you fancy a little project, or do you want to get the kids involved? If you've got children, grandchildren, I mean, let's face it, in this country, and you can't blame anybody, kids or anybody, we don't see the journey, generally, of how oranges and lemons and limes grow, because they don't grow natively in our country. So why not get your kids to understand how they grow?
Yeah.
You know, right from the start to the point where they flower, and the flowers are stunningly fragrant to the point where they start to produce your own homegrown fruit.
340071 is the item number. £8.49 is your delivered price as long as you're using the code. I was just chuckling at some of the comments because Simon said that's the one I managed to kill when we were talking about the Nandina firepower. I mean, Simon, you are going some to kill a Nandina. Honestly, that's impressive. You get a round of applause. They're really tough to kill. What did you do to it? Did you completely ignore it and not water it?
I mean, like all the things we talk about, we always caveat the fact they're drought tolerant once they're properly established. Yeah, any new plant, no matter how drought tolerant, will need a helping hand in the first year.
Bless you.
But yeah,
honestly, so I think you should try again, because honestly, they are really difficult.
They are.
Really difficult to kill. Yeah. Normally.
I've planted loads of those in different gardens. One garden in Hertford years ago, my old accountant's garden, and that was dry as bones, that place. Yeah. But they're still there to this day, flourishing.
They're used a lot in commercial planting because they're so resilient. But anyway, we all have a nemesis, Simon. Don't you worry about it. Right, Papaver, the red rumble is up next for you. This is the 3 9-centimetre pots of the beautiful, or what it will become, a beautiful bright red poppy.
Yeah, that's the second beautiful red flower we've got on here today as well. Stunning deep red with that sort of black blotch on the petals as well. Really nice leaves, lovely sort of furry kind of unusual shaped leaves. The flowers come up on lovely upright stems that don't need supporting. Their flowers only last a day or so, but you get lots sort of coming up in succession. And then after it's finished flowering, you can trim the whole thing down, foliage and all, and it'll look a bit sad for a bit, but give it a really good liquid feed, blooming fast or tomato feed, and then they reshoot, and if you're lucky you get a second flush of flower sort of later in the summer, so you can get them to double flower. Bees will go berserk for these. They'll be in the middle of these flowers all day long, absolutely loving them. So if you like poppies but you want poppies that are big, bold, beautiful, hardy, frost-resistant, drought-tolerant, Papaver Red Rumble will tick all those boxes for you.
It will indeed. £16.97 is your discount club price. You are saving a £10 note on those ones by entering that code. So do consider making sure you enter the code, and also think about joining the club, because you're getting a, what is that, £3? It's £3 saving off that one just by joining the club. It costs you £10 to join, so you're £7 out of pocket if you were just ordering that, but you're going to get £20 worth of vouchers sent to you, and of course you're going to make that 15% discount every time you place an order for the next 12 months, so you'll soon be quids in, promise you. 561213 is the item number for the poppy. That's the Papaver Red Rumble, and next we're moving on to the hydrangea Magical Fire.
Yeah, you can see what they call this magical fire. And it's good we've got to this time of year because...
It's good.
It is, because sometimes early in the year, Bex, when we talk about these, they're just kind of got leaves and stems.
Yes.
But now we can actually show you what it's going to do in real time.
Range of colour.
Look at that. You've got the white flower on one side, almost kind of pure white. And then some of them have got like a limey green colour in the middle.
Here.
And then they go to that lovely pink. So you've got white, you've got lime green, and you've got pink flowers.
And they've got that kind of nice shabby chic kind of look to them as well, haven't they?
And it's nice and compact, this one. It's not an upright one, so this only probably get about a metre tall maximum, more like 80 to 90 centimetres really. But it has more kind of a spreading habit, easy to prune as well. So in the spring you can just trim and shape this to whatever shape you want it to be, and the new foliage that comes through, that will flower for you the same year. Tough, hardy, part shade, grow it in beds and borders, or what I would do with this one, I'd grow it in a container that's slightly raised up, and then you can just let it tumble over the side a little bit and get that really nice shape to it. But look at that, isn't that gorgeous?
It is a beautiful one. 511635 is the item number. You've got that £20, I mean, a big saving on that one.
£12.74
off, yeah, and
Mad.
£12.74 discount club price. That is beautiful. 511635 is the item number on that one. Oh, Simon, he says, to be honest, I was in hospital for a couple of weeks and lost a few plants during the hot weather. I'm not surprised, Simon. You know.
You're forgiven.
You are forgiven for the fact you were in hospital. I hope you're all right, by the way. Right, we have got some more emails coming through. Let's have a little look.
Oh, did you say there's a few more pickies you were going to show from earlier?
What?
You said there was some more pickies you were going to show.
Yeah, from the emails.
Yeah, from earlier.
Yeah.
You said there was another 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those are the ones. And we've had more since then as well. So, Duncan, Isle of Man, just a few lilies. First picture, here you go. Boom. Oh, I'm not connected. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh, no. I can't go quick enough. I've got 3 minutes left and I want to get like 8 people's emails in. Connect. Come on. There we go. Check out this. Just a few lilies for you. Whoa!
That is mental.
That is beautiful.
Look at that.
Stunning.
Can you imagine the fragrance in the evening?
Oh, and he's got his callistemon next to that as well, I just noticed. Very, very nice. Thank you, Duncan. You've got to bring me back, Jake. I thought you'd forgotten. There you go. There's some more beautiful lilies from Duncan as well. Gorgeous colour. Absolutely love the lilies. Mine have pretty much all gone over now, so I'm trimming them all away and getting rid of those. Hang on. Yes, that was Duncan. Thank you so much. Now we've got Howard, who sent his border earlier. He sent us the other side of the border. Plus, he's got it all lit up as well, so I love that. I'm definitely going to consider getting lights in the garden.
Look at that palm tree.
I just think it's lovely in the evening when you've got those beautiful lights going on. Thank you for that one, Howard.
That's like being abroad in that garden, isn't it?
Julia, some of my plants. Good morning to you all. Look at this. We've got lovely dahlias. Looks like some... Are they osteas in the background?
No, they're those little daisies.
Daisy things.
What do you call them? The marguerites.
Oh, yes, marguerites. Very nice. She sent 5 pictures, so I'm just going to randomly select a few. Oh, the peach tree! Yay! That's what I've got growing. My mum absolutely adored it when she came to visit. She was like, "What is that? I love the foliage." And then I had to point out there was loads of peaches growing as well. Amanda sent some in. I can swipe through these ones. These are some of the plants, bulbs, bare roots that she has planted over the last few years in her garden. Lovely selection there going on. Beautiful, Amanda. Well done, you. Greg, hi guys, you mentioned Laura Patel and Black Pearl is winter hardy, but you got the protection. No, we said that it can definitely cope with mild winters, but it does need some protection, so we would put it in a more sheltered spot to help give it that extra protection. So I think a sheltered spot and outdoors is absolutely fine for it. So it's not got the winter hardy guarantee. It'll cope with really mild winters, but it'll help you if you put it into a slightly more sheltered spot. Right, I think we are running out of time. I'm so sorry. Ruth, Ruth on Thursday. I'll make sure I scroll back to your emails, Ruth, and I will have a look at those on Thursday, because I think I am here. Fingers crossed I am anyway. It's been lovely to have your company. I'll be back again this afternoon on TikTok. If you're a TikToker and you want to come and join us on there, just going to have a little lunch and change the shed round. Do you know when you're back?
Yeah, Friday. Double TikTok on Friday.
Double TikTok on Friday. Yeah. YGTV will be back on Thursday morning from 10 o'clock in the morning for everybody that just watches YGTV. But of course, we're on TikTok as well if you want to come and have a little look over there and join us on there. It's been lovely. Thanks for your company.
Lots of gorgeous
really
pics
enjoyed
today.
it. Going to go and have a little lunch now. I've got a spaghetti bolognese.
You always make nice things.
I do try.
Yeah, and healthy. You always go healthy as well. That's what I like.
Not always, not always. I had a bacon sandwich this morning. Right, I'm going to say goodbye to you all now. It's been lovely to have your company. Make sure that you tune back in to any of the shows that you really enjoy, and we will see you again very, very soon. Lots of love to you all. Mwah.